you know, one time I was just dancing and stuff, and like some guy came up to me, and then I just spoke to my friend like, yeah, he was nice, and then she's like, yeah, he only likes you because you're light. So
Yeah,
it's
and
just
it's
like,
really fucked up, and it's kind of frustrating because I like it's hard to have these conversations because one, it's a black issue, and it's hard for me to speak on it because I don't know if you've watched my camera or not, but I'm like fairly light skinned, I would say. So it's hard for me to speak on it. But then two, there is a clear, huge black women in front of her, where it's like, oh, like I like you because you're light skinned, like you've got that nice straight hair, you've got like these nice light white features or whatever, and it's like, damn, like it's like throwing black women basically completely under the bus. And then this is after him admitting, saying like, I would never date a black woman, they're all ratchet. This is
Hey, what's up,
what
man?
he's saying. And it's like, holy shit. And I see like the resentment build up on both sides, but at least in my community, like the male side probably won't get called on it very much, whereas like the
Where are
female
you trying to go?
side hardcore called on it. It's like kind of funny.
I have not even looked at the map. What
yeah,
the fuck is kind of circle is this shit?
and particularly for me, especially like, you know, the red pill stuff talking about women's value and all this and that, and then when it comes to when you put black experience in there, and it's like, oh no, the whole red pill thing is value only exists if you're a white woman, and then it's got, you know, when you
Wasteland?
get mixed people in the mix,
Wasteland sounds
I feel
good.
like that whole red pill thing does not make sense for anyone except white women. Honestly, like
Sure.
it's so reductive. Like I wanted to talk particularly
Oh,
about that
sure,
because one of
actually, and then just to reinforce that, and these might be fucking, I know there are fucking Cynthia viewer women that are emailing me now, but like one stat that I saw was that like, and I get these off of other news sites, so I'm not just like repeating shit verbatim, but like in some black neighborhoods, it's literally like 2 to 3 black women for every black man available. Like the odds are
The game will begin shortly.
and then, yeah, it's kind of funny that, yeah, normally when we talk about like, the red pill shit, it's usually like, you know, like, it feels like it's so hard for men to find anybody, but like in some of these black communities, the numbers are turned like insane.
dude, the thing is that they're not in control of their preference.
Sounds Gucci.
They want what they want. They want bunnies and like.
Well, hi, whoa, careful. Okay, well, white people.
What do you mean, child? Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to, wait, hold on, wait, real quick. Gambit, and then I'll let Gambit talk. Gambit is a good black friend of the DGG community.
Oh, am I running out of time?
Oh, no, you're good. But Gambit probably wants to go back and forth. But real quick, I'm trying to chill on some of the racial stuff because I feel a little bit bad. So like, I don't think I should have let her call the.
I know, but the thing is that like, okay, for me, like, we never get to talk about this sort of stuff because there is just not enough.
No, I agree, but like, you can just say like, you can say they have a preference for white people. You don't have to call them fucking snow bunny, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is what they call them.
True, he did. Yo, he did. Yeah, but Adam's also some wild dude.
Airwalk acquired.
Place 11. No, you're good. You're not in trouble. I'm just trying to do. Okay. Gambit, what did you wanna? Yeah, Gambit, do you wanna say something real quick? Or wait here. Let Gambit go ahead and bring it. Oh, okay. No, it's okay. And then I think he's in overseas.
It's probably gonna be full, maybe one team. Yeah, maybe one team or a solo. Yeah, it's just gonna be us. I don't think anybody else is coming here. I'm gonna drop early. If it is somebody, it's literally one dude.
Not too far away, so that way we can at least be.
Oh, 2 guys. They're going over here though. I'm gonna loot from here over to your one.
I just want to know which exact point.
Just gonna loot all the right side.
Oh, were you talking to me?
Yeah. He's just asking like which no, it's okay. Which viewpoints did Anna say that that you largely agree with? He's trying to figure out which ones.
Oh, okay. Everything that you spoke about black men is inherently true, but like I can just. But like the thing is, listen, like she's talking in like a general state. You know? I can understand like hearing that must be like really hurtful and like I feel like.
No, it's not hurtful. I don't think I get hurt by
But,
hurt.
like,
So yeah, I'm not hurt at all. I'm not.
Okay. Everything
So hold
she
on.
talked about the men was right. Like I had the screen on in the back. I was like,
You good?
not trying to like mix people. I was like, hold on a minute, girl. Like you got.
I don't know if
Yeah,
he's a
hold on.
bot.
Wait. We can get to the mix up. Let's talk about
Kind of sounds like one.
Nah, I hit him once, but he just
Yeah,
ran back.
So
Don't
you
want to go
think
chase.
that women have? So one of the stories
Oh yeah, he's a
women
bot.
have been leaders of like.
Just be careful. There'll be guys coming our way.
For millennia. Do you agree with that statement, or do you think
Child,
that statement?
you don't even understand how deep that goes. That is so true. Like, men in our families do not value family at all. Like, okay,
Do you know how many years of
Wait, real quick, wait, hold on, wait, just so this is productive. Wait, real quick, let's just let both sides finish when they go. Okay, so Gambit said his thing. Fenty, you can respond to that, and then Gambit, you can respond to this one.
Okay, let me give you. This is gonna be wild. Okay, so I literally met my family in Maryland for the first time.
Survival bonus.
I paid for the fucking ticket for me and my dad to go see my family. That's how, and I'm 22. So like, it took me that long enough for me to have my own independence and enough fucking money and fucking common sense to go visit my family for any of that shit to happen. And like, that was the best experience of my life, and I actually felt finally connected to my black side. You know, this is why there's so much resentment towards black men, is because black men just abandon their families so they can be independent. That's when they're stuck in their teenage years of no responsibility. They just want to be teenage boys and, you know, oh, grandma said get my money, but like, you know, life is more than freaking getting money, so it's, you know, they don't value the things that make life real. And I feel like that's what the millennials are coming from. That's why people think it's okay to disrespect the ideas of, you know, going to drugs and all this and that, because like money is the only.
You see any of these guys yet?
There's more to life than that. Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
Okay, Gambit, go.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you my question.
Survival bonus.
It's possible that because of the distance, you didn't hear me.
Tactical slide acquired.
You know how long a millennium is, right? That's like 1,000 years. And she said for a millennia, women have been the lead of black familial like relationships.
Right here on me.
Hit him once.
Yep. Backing up a little bit. First aiding.
Because you started to talk about something that happened, it sounds like this year, last year. We're talking about the scale of thousands of years. Do you think that statement is true, or do you think that's
Okay, when you say black people, what are you talking about? Are you talking about black Americans or Nigerians or what?
Yeah, one guy's fucked up over there.
Okay,
you get tax and shoes?
I'll get to choose.
Found one of them. Yep.
What?
Nah, I'm waiting. He's gonna stick the res. Just let it. They have better visibility with it. Not trying to test it.
We're the leaders of the market. We're the ones entrepreneuring and, you know, building shit. And like, the men are, I'm pretty.
Found one of them. That last guy.
I don't really have any experience.
First blood.
Yeah, I'm not trying to test that. I know. I'm like, yo, that marine shit gets fucked sometimes. I'm not trying to fucking play with it.
You know which one?
I'm
Yeah.
Yoruba.
Oh, so you're saying that you said particularly like the women were the builders of things? They were like,
This guy has a heroic PPSH if you want that.
But the thing is also there's a lot of
No, I'm gonna get SKS. I'm running DMR, SMG.
And I'm trying to find. Ooh, there you are.
so the women have fought
Trying to find
in
myself a
war.
G3. That's what I found.
Right here. Oh, there's a blue G3.
Oh, whoa, yo, what? I'm on the way, brother. I am on the way.
Say less.
Say less, bro. That's what I'm on right now. Hit me with it.
It's not gonna resonate because
You were holding out on. I'm joking.
I just heard blue.
I know.
and then-
the second it shows up, you ping it. You were holding out, bro.
yeah.
You were trying to keep it for yourself. No, I'm pretty sure this is empty now. We can just like free loot the fuck out of it.
You may receive.
When, you said women like are the industry people? As what is happening?
It kind of seemed like they didn't get through a big loot fest over here.
Entrepreneurs, the entrepreneurs for the last millennia.
That's a
in-
flash guard. I don't want none of that
have
shit.
primarily been female, is what you're telling me. And I can look this up, right? And it'll probably show this, right?
Not like marketing. I'm
entrepreneur, right? Am I misunderstanding what you said?
I think maybe okay, maybe I'm pushing on that.
Oh, okay. No,
No, but I
no,
mean,
I love it. No, listen. I appreciate the business.
I
Okay.
can't put money on that.
Ultimate acquired.
Talking about the women are in the community. When I say market, I mean the community experience.
That was I thought that was a G3. I was about to say a legendary or a hero guess.
G3, that'd have been tight. That'd have been tight.
I promise you, I love you.
I thought so. I ain't that lucky.
What other claims that she said, Mike?
Yeah, they didn't loot any of this over here, bro. It's all freebies.
That was beautiful. I love you. But so what other claims that she made that you feel like resonated about black? She kind of felt like.
And I don't think anybody
so
else
actually-
came this far out, so
She kind of felt like the position.
yeah, these
that
guys
black
like
men are
just
in
gave us the
America
free loot.
is
I'm down with it.
majority-
I'm not gonna argue.
The fault of black men.
You can say
And
no.
that, like there are systemic things that she'll identify sometimes in certain conversations, but she seems to think that those things are far smaller in impact than the men just being lazy, or kind of like some of the stuff you were saying, where they just choose money over their families, which is wild. But so do you think like current state in the United States, or let's say the
Just an
previous,
extended
the
mag
past
and
30
SMG
years,
versus
you
that.
think the
If I see another one, I'll pick it up.
inhibiting factor that black men have been black men themselves, not systemic issues?
Oh, child. Okay, listen. So I think they just mean them mutually corrupt.
We got an AR
And I think
extendo if you
they
need.
might be a bit disingenuous on undermining this systemic stuff, because I think she particularly is interested in the agency argument, which tends to, I think it's concerned about trying to push away the Marxist bullshit identity shit so that people can get out there and make stuff better for themselves. So like if we're having an honest conversation, it's both. Like where it's coming from, she wants people to have, feel empowered and be an agent of their own success.
For sure. Some people call me a conservative, even though I'm a staunch liberal.
Do you have an extra advanced crafting kit?
Negative, but again,
Hey,
I'll.
real quick, don't let Gambit fool you. This
I have
guy's-
double rare, so if I see one though, I'll just pick it up and drop it to you.
Should I know what time is it?
Me and
Don't worry about it.
Destiny trade places.
Personal
personal.
supply has arrived.
No, I'm a gigantic killing something. He's the guy who was talking about.
Oh, he died?
I heard
Yeah, no,
somewhere
yeah, don't worry
that
about it. If you don't know,
if you
don't worry.
when you're carrying your primary weapon, whatever
Yeah, but-
primary you want to
So
carry,
it seems like you're
as
saying.
long as it's not your
came in here
main
and you
weapon,
said
like as your character,
black women agree with
if
everything.
whatever parts you're needing to
But you seem
upgrade
to
your
be
next weapon, you're gonna
completely
get it
disagreeing
for
with
that
all
primary
of these
weapon.
points.
But you need to
So
drop your
you seem to
secondary
think
weapon on
that-
the floor.
and
Oh.
correct me if I'm
Apparently.
wrong,
I've
you
never
seem to
tried
think
it.
Survival
I'm gonna try it right now.
bonus.
systemic
Hey,
That's why
I
I
guess,
was-
bro. You can try that.
MP5
I feels like it's kind of like
upgrade acquired.
Far-fetched, you
yeah,
know.
super far fetched a little bit. I'll be honest.
It is mutually corrupt, is what I said.
I have an extendo
But
for
maybe
you
since
if you need.
there's a power dynamic,
Did get a part for it.
you have to be aware of it, but
I
it's
was.
also
It did give me the advanced crafting kit that I asked you for it.
So you're
Okay,
saying
so I got the extendo
Wait, let's
SMG
do a
though.
ratio. If it was a ratio, it would
Was that a shot?
70-30. Maybe 60-40.
60-40, like systemic versus individual, or individual versus systemic?
Because systemic is real,
SMG.
child. Like, I have friends be in jail for like rubbish and stuff, but like there is, but they do have you. Sometimes I do it for, like where you can put some agency.
Yeah.
You can
No.
go to school, and, like
I think
But, like-
I think those are reasonable percentages, but I think the main point is that you think the systemic is more impactful, which is kind of like antithetical to the things that it seemed like Anna was espousing.
Survival bonus.
I thought I heard shots somewhere over on 2, but
Long range defense
oh,
acquired.
nope, I did. Sounds like a bot.
like just because
Oh, I had a
Yep, that's definitely a body.
poorest place in Georgia, and now I'm in the 2% of
Do you need any pills? I got a red pill.
I'll take a red.
Like, yes, I agree that you can overcome your circumstances, but that doesn't mean that the
Here's that extendo SMG if you need.
It kind of seems like you disagree with Anna.
Rapid fire acquired.
Well, that agency it plays more of a part than specifically.
6 teams left. Going ham.
I don't agree. I think she was a little disingenuous because she has a certain argument that she's trying to push. But I think that what her
I'm gonna go loot these houses, see if anything's in there that's interesting.
necessary. So, like,
Doors are
I'm not
shut, so.
agreeing or agreeing. I'm just seeing the value.
Wait, Patsy, I agree with you.
Ooh, look, a
Trust
green
me,
pill.
I agree with you. I have some conservative values. bootstraps are
Bulletproof shield acquired.
on me.
What sounds
I
good?
like
In
it.
and out or Mickey
What
D's?
I don't like.
Obviously In and Out. It's just a no-brainer.
Systemic problems here in America. So I'm just asking you plainly. I'm not asking you.
I have a
would
blue pill if you
disavow
need.
that, the bootstrap talk is
Yes, I
valid,
do.
because I think
One
it's valid.
more.
But I'm
That's
asking you is,
blue pill.
which one is more
Thank you,
impactful?
thank you.
Is it the systemic issues,
Oh my
or
god,
is
dude,
it
like,
that enough? No, because you keep going back and forth. You
like,
said
you're
it's
telling
60. You said it's 70, 30, 60, 40, and now you're saying it's not one another. So I don't know what the fuck you think, because you keep
There's
going
gotta
back
be
and
some
forth.
people over here, right?
telling you the things that you're telling me. Like,
We heard one team and a
not one or the
bot.
other, is what I keep telling you.
Okay. You agree that Anna thought it was definitely not. You agree that Anna thought that the
Well, let's
The
see.
systemic
It's evened
did
out,
not
right?
outweigh
So
the-
whatever players we have should be.
the
It was just
agency
5 full
that-
teams and us.
You don't think that's what? Do you think that's what she
She
espoused?
knows. She's a black woman. She knows. She
No, no,
knows.
wait. I don't know her heart, but do you think that's what she espoused while she was here?
That's what she espoused, but it was for her.
Okay. But you said the things that she said.
There's a green. There's a blue pill right on top of this. Need it.
So I'm not here to
No, I'm sad. I just need one green. Two green pills. No, sorry.
I'm here to just
I'm a red pill fanatic right now. I need them all. I need 5 total.
She espoused while she was here.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Eh.
Sorry. I was crossing.
Eh.
Okay. All right. So are there any statements you're willing to stand on that she
What do you
said?
mean? That she
Like-
said?
I asked you about the more hyperbolic things, and I thought truly you would push back on that. But you're kind of like, yeah, no.
We can try and get on top of this.
So I'm wondering if we have any. I came on here solely because I thought we were gonna have.
Let me know if you get your
You know what,
secret
can I-
detect up.
Let me summarize.
Yeah,
I
let's
think some of Anna's stuff.
I'm just gonna be running.
What do I call you, Fenty?
My name's
Sophie. Okay, and then I'll say what I think you think, and then you guys can work from there. Okay? So I don't know if Anna was here to speak on whether or not it was agency, personal agency, or systemic changes that would save the black community. I don't know if Anna ever made a statement about there being. I think that she did agree a couple times that, of course, there's systemic issues. I think she said that.
Survival
I think that
bonus.
The things that Anna was here talking about was that one, there's a lot of negative.
Lacerating rounds acquired.
Men, and that two, these are things that need to be addressed but are difficult to address because it seems like there are always excuses made, or it always goes back to that systemic issues from black men. And that there's a lot of
Another blue pill.
frustration in the
Not sure we
black
still
women
need it.
community about how black men act with their families, how black men treat other black women, and that there's always
Ooh,
excuses
a
put up
hero,
when black women ask black men to
SKS,
step
thank
up, but
you.
black women
Take
can't
it,
step,
take
they can't
it.
do that because they are stepping up. They
I
have
don't
to
need
can't
to
have
build
been
one.
in
You know you can
that's
build
what
a gold
Anna was
one.
like. That was like
Yeah, you can build a heroic one, and then you can also build a legendary one if you didn't know that.
No way.
Yeah, it takes a lot
What do
though.
you need to get that?
You need like three gold bars just for that. Mind you, it takes 1 gold bar to make it a heroic, but it takes fucking 3 just for 1 legendary.
On one point, Destiny,
It's
because
a hard test to
so
find
there's a
too.
lot of people
Yep.
that are like, yo, I think
Usually the two that you use them for is just for your armor
And
and
I,
helmet.
at first, remember when we last talked, I had only watched the first video. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Sound like
I hate black people.
Kind of sound like a bot, but but it's full teams.
After the-
Like what?
I listened to the second, and I completely flipped because I felt.
No,
what
the
you
way he
said
was
in the
shooting.
second day was you like, hey,
Yeah, it just sounded like he was
stuff
popping
out
off.
and trying to see how she authentic.
I'm assuming they're past this house. This is gonna be the edge that they come in.
Took, like the Joe Rogan approach, where you're like, hey, I'm just gonna discover how this person feels. I'm not really pushing back. And then on the second day, I feel like you provide a lot of adequate pushback.
I need to
to
get
a lot of
I need to get
what
those sneak pads that are down here.
So that made me okay.
Got it.
with But what I want to remind you of, the reason why I brought
There
it
you
up, is
Purple vest
you
at least.
you asked her the question of, are you a race realist? Like, do
Be
you
a bummer
think
getting
black
back
men
up.
are here innately due to their
Yeah, just head to me when you get a
biology?
chance.
She felt exactly what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
From the statements that she had made, you felt she was saying that the agency was outweighed the systemic, right? That's how you felt during that moment, and
Yeah.
that's how she made you
But
feel.
she did.
So
But she did say several times that's not what she.
Oh,
I'd say.
fighting happening. On 2. I'm gonna go third party the fuck out of it.
So you're gonna go third party?
Yep, it's on. They're on 2. Tagged 1 up. Down 1. One's over on 2. He bled out.
Who just genuinely are focused. They have
One's on top of this building.
and they have that support group
Bear with me.
that, you know,
Yep.
do really well. Like, it's crazy that Black immigrants are doing better than Black Americans. It's almost like it's I feel like the right wing
Yep, he's just chilling.
Wait, hold on, wait. Can I ask? Wait, hold on. I gotta ask. I'm just curious. Black immigrants, African immigrants.
You can't jump down?
Are you there? You're just not gonna be. Where'd you go?
I told you I needed to get some knee pads.
to do exceedingly well.
Yeah, okay.
Enough
Yeah,
to
you got
get
it,
to America.
Okay.
Yeah, so by the time
It's
you
just like
get there,
so.
you have your whole family
Took so long to get there as Seeker.
all set up to whereas if you're Black American,
Let's try, man.
it's just working against you. But the thing is that at the end of the day, regardless of the systemic issues
I
that
don't know.
happen, it is intrinsically a psychology problem. And like, I feel like when we get over that hurdle, if we can bring ourselves to have agency to separating and divorcing and not being present with the kids, this is the main issue. This is why Black women are so adamant on fixing that. Is I feel like if we can have a strong family and a strong community, then you can build something. Like you can't build anything alone, especially for your single mother.
Yeah, so
That's why
most black people agree with you, right? So like the only thing I'll correct is black men aren't divorcing black women typically, but most reasonable.
Wait.
people in the black-
Hold on. That was a little sneaky. Say what you just said again.
Black men aren't the ones who are primarily divorcing in black relationships.
That's
just black
true.
marriages.
But hold on. We're
That's
not talking
very
about.
true.
But we're not talking about black divorces, right?
She said the word divorce. What do you mean?
Okay,
What do you mean?
it-
Oh, I just mean separation. It's
Yeah.
like
When she says
general-
separation, she's talking about black daddies leaving black children, is what she's talking about, not marriage. I think that's my guess. There is what being talking about here.
That's it.
Okay, got you. I don't know if there's any data on why those relationships break up on average. I assume it's probably true that it's more black men using bad agency to leave those situations. I can give you that all day. But yeah, I thought you were, since you said the word divorce, I thought you were specifically talking about marriages because you were talking about like family too. But I agree with you. There's nothing more important than family, right? So any of these systemic things that are attacking family, that's why I spend like large amounts of time fighting against them. We're also fighting for agency. So I agree that both of those things are super important. I think
Yeah.
we're never going to disagree on family for sure, without a question.
So can you see where I was saying that like I can see that there was value in what Anna was saying, even though it may not necessarily be too honest. Like the just promoting agency, like using Disney's platform as like a promotion of black agency, even though it may like undermine systemic issues. Can you agree on that?
So I agree with you that agency should be talked about in the black community. Where I don't agree is that it's okay to do that in bad faith, because that downplays the systemic issues that are happening. And when it comes to like
we're always
political,
talking about systemic issues. The thing is that we're talking about systemic too much. This is the point. What's the point in being honest? We have to change the narrative.
All right,
Do
like
you
Gambit,
remember the
Go
question?
ahead.
Yeah, do you remember the question you asked me? You said, hey, I agreed with the agency talk that she said, and she kind of did it in bad faith. And then you kind of asked me, was I okay with that? And what I'm saying is, I'm okay with the agency talk happening. I think it should happen. It should be a bigger conversation. So I'm not minimizing how impactful I think the agency conversation is. All I'm saying is that we can't do that and try to supplant that there are systemic problems. Like that's not some. So that's where I disagree. So
Conversations are valuable, and I think those conversations can happen. But when you bring a collection of like black women that have personal experiences with black fathers knocking them up and then leaving the households, that these are personal interactions where people could have made decisions that otherwise would have changed the course of all of their lives. And then in those situations where it's all been personal, for somebody to say, well, systemically, I'm sure the black mom's like, okay, well, systemically, like, can be whatever, but like, I had an engagement with one black man that left my black family. I think that's probably the feeling of for why it's
Systemically, shut the fuck up. It's crazy. Like, just you could hear the resentment in her voice. Like, you could hear her tearing up as the black man was asking her, "Are you married?"
No,
Like, at
I've
this
talked
point,
to
like, it's
I've
not
talked
about.
to several people about this, and I agree that, I even tweeted about this. Like, I can hear the pain in her voice, and I think I said something like, "Yo, I wish I could just give her a hug." Like, I hear the pain in her voice for sure, because I think the situation, and she tried to like preempt the conversation and say, "Hey, don't talk about my situation. I don't give a fuck." But I think the situation that she's in is making it more dire, and I think that's why she has so much emotion in this topic.
Well, but it's
And
not
I
just the
think that's
situation
fair.
she's in, right? It's the entire black community.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We can abstract it and say most of the black community, yeah, for sure. Because the 70% of kids being born out of wedlock is not a good thing, right? Like nobody should be championing that this is a good thing that's happening. So I agree with y'all that we should have more families. It's just the way that she did it is what I disagree with. But I agree with the message.
But okay, cool. But can we talk about some of this red pill shit? Because I have a lip dick friend that I need to school him on some bullshit because he keeps saying that I'm wrong, and I just, as a woman, I just hate it so much. So, okay, you know the whole thing of, oh, men don't want to date anybody who's like 25 or up, and like as a 22-year-old, that be making me feel anxious as hell. And I'm like, okay, why? And he says, okay, on a purely sexual abstract world, who you gonna shoot, an 18-year-old or 25-year-old? And I'm like, bro, what kind of, why are you talking in this weird abstract? Like, this doesn't exist. Like, sure, okay, but like, is sex really that valuable to you? Like, above and everything else that encompasses an intimate relationship? And he's like, oh, it's just the fact, like, I wouldn't date anybody older than me. Because, you know,
The game will begin shortly.
now, like, bro, like, how can you reduce a human being to a fucking insect like that? Like, do you agree that that's just ridiculous that men talk like that? I feel like men are just like intoxicated by porn and they just don't understand women at all these days.
So, I think there's a lot of men who have been given platforms these days, and they haven't had a lot of sex. And I think a lot of them make like asinine statements like that. So I agree with you for sure. Most of those men would settle for not like the more popular ones, like Fresh Kid, Kevin Samuels.
Hey, what's up, man?
The regular guys.
What's up, man? Where are you from? What the fuck is that country?
That is not the country I'm from. I'm from America. That is just a really cool aesthetic flag.
People might
Are you using a VPN or something?
No, you don't have to. You choose what flag you represent, bro.
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess it just kind of, by default, gives you the one you're actually from. Then you
Yeah,
change it.
it does. By default, it does, but you can change it. This is Sri Lanka.
Tracer acquired.
You sound brown as fuck.
No, I'm not. I'm actually pretty white. it's,
I know,
it's-
I'm joking.
Yeah, it's not getting a lot of time. That's what it is. Yeah.
I'm ego chowing the fuck out of that PD. I want all the red pills, all of them. Obviously, I'll share with you, but I don't want nobody to have them.
So if I can get your witness, then I can kill
You gotta master these
This
fucking
just has to do with do men prefer you
mechanics. Always fall
or what
short.
specifically are you
I just do it safe. I'd rather jump high and then have accelerate down and pump it rather than jump
I
down.
tap W instead of holding it.
completely harmful for women.
I hold it and then tap control.
Yeah, I agree. Most of the red pill shit.
And then
is-
you,
it's
because
like
control
sex
is the
advice,
glide,
it's
it auto does it to long distance.
really
I just W and then tap
most
my
of the
control out.
These are not happy, like,
So it's
why
Is it
like,
okay if we pull short right here instead?
women, they want validation.
you can. I mean, I'm gonna go straight there. I don't think
Oh,
anybody else
I'll
is
meet you
making
there.
it with me, so I'll probably be like solo looting it, so
This
it's
is not
good.
real life. So as like a 20, it's really affecting
I'll
my
pull a gun out and
mental
fucking fight my life out. See.
Just come out of the
Just don't pull your cock out.
True. You never know though.
This stuff is really affecting the young
Never
men.
know.
I'm
If we get a super sweet, I'll send you a dick pic.
Swag, not consensual, but swag, the confidence.
Yeah, it's unsolicited for sure.
Unsolicited as fuck, but
Well, actually,
confidence.
now I have solicited, so you should be.
well, I haven't solicited. It's unsolicited from the recipient. That's the point.
It's not how it works.
If somebody rapes you, it's not solicited by the by the giver. Okay, it doesn't work that way, bro.
Yeah. If I,
It's not. It's still unsolicited.
Is that socially we've gotten a lot of information about what it means to be.
That might be
Notified you.
and what,
that might be confusing
and what women are supposed to be.
for you Canadians. You know.
Snapchat, please.
DMR upgrade. Upgrade acquired.
You just doxed yourself instantly. You're just like, oh, I guess the default's where I'm from.
And when that
I'm
gap
telling
exists,
Trudeau on you, dude.
there'll be people like Andrew Tate that are
Dude,
gonna step
fuck
up.
Trudeau. Trudeau can't wipe his own fucking ass.
Hey, well, he's gonna wipe your ass into prison for hate speech.
So should we be then talking
This
about-
is true, actually.
I'm sorry.
We always talk about what we expect from men. That's like literally all
We do not have free speech like you guys.
True, we're based. You're just the fucking Walmart version, dude.
I didn't get
I mean,
fucking
there's
the
probably
option
a
to
little bit of that
fucking
going
be
on.
born
A
here, you
second
fucking
thing you have to
faggot.
consider too
Well,
is it's gonna be really rough, and this
that
is
sucks for you. Fucking
like,
take it up with your
Yes.
parents.
time, women were locked out of work.
Take that up with your fucking parents, not me, bro.
Like, the way to get a woman is to just be a man. You just have to have a job.
We're back-to-back World War champs, okay? You're just the neighbor.
Women aren't going to go through all of life like living with their parents. They kind of have to start with a guy who's going to work with the family. And that women entering the workforce has been like a big. That's a challenge. because
Survival
men
bonus.
have to actually do things to have marketable value in relationships.
Mix and match acquired.
They didn't have to do.
I hate
Oh,
this
God
women-
bless,
women
dude.
have
I'm
been
just so fucking lit right now, dude. Fuck.
been in the workforce since the 1950s.
I'm on Adderall.
That's wait, hold on.
That's not surprising for Canadians, bro.
That's not that long, okay? That's like.
Dude,
What do you mean?
Just whatever you want it to mean, bro.
M416S upgrade acquired.
I'm asking you,
Well, I'm saying whatever you want.
Like factories and stuff.
but it doesn't work that way.
It
'cause
do-
I'm asking
and- well, it's actually functionally working that
you
way
fucking
currently.
egotistical American, answer the
It's
fucking
actually
question.
currently working that way. You're saying it's not, but it actually is.
Mothers have been working when they.
It doesn't work that way, but I'm making it work that way.
No, stop. I'm evicted.
Hold on! Let me finish. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Fathers empower mothers to work in the home by providing them a home to work in. Because traditionally, fathers work in the workplace. Mothers empower fathers to work in the workplace because they're managing
Survival
and taking care of children
bonus.
at home. Traditionally, that's how the balance went, right? Now, this is a little bit different in
Ultimate acquired.
the United States because women were working obviously like on plantations and shit, and so like the balance might be a bit different. But even so, like historically, men have typically worked in the world and women have typically worked in the homes, and they've both empowered each other to do that. And recently, that balance is kind of not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying that's like the reality, right? Like if I'm a man in the 1940s, 50s, 60s, really, if I work a job and I'm not like fucking hideous, I'm probably gonna find a woman that wants to marry me eventually. Because what else are they gonna do? Like a woman's not gonna work in a factory her whole life or do like shitty woman work. They're gonna want to like settle down and have a child. But today, a woman can get a really well-paying career. She can travel the world. She's got a whole bunch more opportunity available to her. So men have
How
to
you
actually
looting over
do
there? You
things
going
to
good?
be, like attractive in relationships. But
I'm
women
right beside you.
out there, men haven't like been a part of
Damn.
it. They haven't been.
Is this like a psychology thing? Because I just
You
don't
definitely
feel
sound
like
like you're from a blue state.
A blue state. Can you make a guess?
Cover fire acquired.
Northeastern, maybe like I don't know, Connecticut, New York, Pennsylvania.
New England? You're thinking New England? Damn.
presented with this world that like I don't. Is this like a psychology thing of humans or what?
I have some Red Bulls over, so I'll have extra for you. Not like it was intended, but just by happenstance, okay? Let's be clear here.
No way. You gotta have two earners at least. You wanna have property.
Traditionally, now two-earner households and everything are a lot more common, for sure. But
You would
traditionally,
think we have now. Nobody.
I still think probably in the United States at least, I think the majority of households probably still have the man as the primary breadwinner.
Y'all.
It's very true.
I'm ignorant. I don't know what y'all.
Well, I mean, I can check. So if I search
No,
for primary breadwinner U.S. households,
Black houses or more households? Like your mom you think at Walmart?
so this says more than 40% of American mothers solely or
There's
primarily.
a heroic UMP over here, brother.
Try not to touch the storm.
It says 41% of mothers. So
That's too chicken. I have all the meds in the world. Why would I want to touch the storm?
I got nothing.
Oh, that makes sense.
fathers being the primary breadwinner.
Well, I'll just loot everything, bro. I got it. I have all the meds in the world.
That's like the facts. That's the truth. I mean, what am I to say?
Okay, maybe I'm just poor and everybody's mom is working hard, so I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's what the data says fine. If the data says I just don't think that the whole women who haven't been working, like everybody has a job. Everybody should.
Yeah, but that's I think like that's a relatively newish phenomenon, right? Like this is like in the past like.
How far are we from? Oh, we're pretty fucking far.
That your households are full,
But the men right now who are 19, 20, 21, 22 are. That's what I'm saying.
Huh?
Only an old Meepo. Disney movies and stuff. Just, you know.
Sure, but I mean,
Yeah,
like,
maybe
it's
you're
not,
right.
it's also not. Yeah. I'm sorry, hold on. It's not
Yeah, what
just
state are you
the regular
Me? California.
just to have, like, a
Okay.
What I'm saying is there are
Makes
probably
sense as well.
behaviors
Well,
that
I'm
generate
still from another blue. I was born in
children,
Washington, but
like, having the
I
vestiges
am
of these, like, old institutions
technically
there. So, like, for instance,
living
I don't know
and residing in Cali. So.
if I had to guess, I'm guessing it's probably not, right? Because of how traditional relations used to be prior, there's a lot of things that mothers do and daughters to get them ready.
Tactical reload acquired.
But I don't know if fathers teach sons, or mothers teach sons things that they have to do to get how things taught, and that's probably like a behavior that's carried on from like generation to generation to generation. I don't know how often fathers are having to teach their sons, or mothers are having to teach their sons about what you need to do to be like a good man.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't.
Are you coming, Daddy?
Eventually.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
You know what?
And that's probably because historically, like, men haven't needed those conversations. So
I still
their
have-
dads, even if you grew up
I
in a
have
dual
all
income
4
that dad
things
probably didn't have that conversation.
leveled up. Helm, body, backpack, Baroque
Like, I'm sure that,
G3,
like,
Rare M4. I'm like sick with it
Vessel
right now.
supply has arrived.
Let's just pray I make it now. Let's hope the team doesn't hold me.
Let's
Brandon,
pray
why
Trump
is it in
wins.
every conversation I have,
Are you
always
predict-
suggest
are you
that
predicting
some
that?
stat is, like, not at all related to- it's, like, always
Yes.
feel like you need to have,
Oh,
like, Google, like,
well,
a
that's
stat where
interesting.
90% of
You don't
men
think like
mothers are
DeSantis has a
married.
lead already on
What
him?
does that have to do with any of the conversations we're having already?
This is true,
They're
actually.
like the Dunebug of political stats. I'm sorry, Jesus.
Or are you just like
Okay.
thinking
Sorry, go
GOP
ahead,
in
go ahead.
general?
Yeah, all I was gonna say is.
Or do you actually just not know and you're throwing out memes?
That's like the biggest
Honestly, in reality,
I talk about
better, but from what I hear, they don't like each other.
They don't. Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense if it's like Trump was a what's the word? Like a fanatic person, like somebody who was like super, like you either really loved him or you really fucking hated him. It was like there was no middle ground of anything.
Habits that are taught through convention and not even always being like direct talk, like play.
What are you doing over there?
Like that,
Just chilling?
So, like,
I mean, I think DeSantis would be setting himself up for many years in power if he runs as VP with Trump now and then takes the presidency the next 8 years.
I mean, yeah, I mean he could do it. I mean, in
Survival
reality, that's
bonus.
if that would be a very hard ticket to beat as a Democrat. But I don't think they're gonna ever do it. I mean, fuck it, bro. It's all ego. Like everyone, Trump.
Especially
Like
Trump.
yeah, like imagine like asking Trump to be have humility. Hey, I got 4 red pills for you, bud.
Basically,
Hey, look, a
the
fight
issue
over
is
there.
when it
Let's
comes
go
to
fight 'em.
relationships today, men are fucking losers. Historically,
Let me
they
take my
didn't
fucking
get
Adderall
away
first,
with it.
bitch.
Yeah, you can do that and walk.
Women who were allowed to work, and now they have to actually put an effort to relationships.
If you see 8X, holler at me, trying to get it.
Show up to work, earn a job, go home, treat their partners like shit, and be schizoids, and it's usually been okay because they're the only ones who earn money in society. But now that that dynamic has changed, now men all of a sudden have to play a whole lot of
Oh, we have guys over here too,
fucking how is
on our right. They're trying to third party them. Let's. Oh, this guy's teammates are even further out.
First blood.
Debate me bullshit. And
Survival bonus.
We have a team on the left. This guy over here trying to be a shenanigan on live.
No, hold on. Historically, Jordan Peterson's takes in psychology, I would say, are generally good. But modern day Jordan Peterson fucking Xanaxed his brain.
He was like
Back, and now
tapped
all
on the
of
hill
a
over
sudden,
there.
because of his brain, you should fucking use your shit. It's unhinged. Okay?
I read it so hard to try to
Remember that team
Got
on the
any
left?
bandages?
What do you?
But
Oh,
when they asked him,
God.
what did they ask? They asked
Just grab
him
this stuff from his
question,
body.
how do you
His
know
body's
that
like right over here.
Oh, I didn't kill him.
Yeah, I finished him. Or maybe he's behind the rock. I might not have finished him.
How does he feel being represented as like? No. He's the representation for boys. You're right. That's what they asked. How do you feel about being? But no. So hold on, Destiny.
Get some emotional
Destiny,
regulation, okay?
Destiny. So you said this a lot. You said that the old Jordan Peterson is crazy. The new Jordan Peterson is terrible. So the one thing I agree with
He was low,
is
so he
that
was like
that
by
medicine
warehouses.
take that he said, medicine has done more good. For sure, that was like out of line. Now,
Dude,
we know
did they
that
leave?
super
Oh, his
emotional
body was right there
animals
on one.
type stuff. But outside of that, there's nothing in his message that's actually changed. So what market changes have you seen in his ideology, would you say? Or what new things maybe he didn't style earlier that he does now, would you say?
No.
I don't think that's a thing.
I think it's every time he opens his mouth on things related to politics, it's usually stupid. So he did a whole thing on climate change on Joe Rogan recently that was great as fuck. About like
Just be careful. There's a guy nearby somewhere.
specials or whatever that he did.
He's being
Really
cheeky.
Violent, where he did that like, hello, woke moralist, or this is blah blah, like it's fucking cringe. Like just his ability to engage with political people that disagree with him is just compromised on another fucking level.
He flew and talked to a Muslim and like he engages with people that don't agree with him. So like the trans thing, there's lots of people that don't agree with trans ideology. That's not really unhinged. It's almost commonplace. We want to see a more like less liberal world in the future, blah blah blah. But that's not unhinged.
There is a few people here, just so you know.
And
Oh,
he
yeah.
probably would have said all of these things.
We're not- ping it if you see it.
The psychological difference between male and female and whether or not you can transition. He would have said all of these things before. Those topics would be on the forefront to our social culture. Right?
I
So that's
could
not
be
really-
wrong, but I feel like he would have had. I feel like he could have had a. I feel like he would have had a better, more nuanced take on it in the past, rather than this really weird, like hyperbolic frame that he gives to.
Hello.
My glass break.
Anna, we're not doing this for 10 hours today, but yeah, you're welcome to
Not
stay a
me.
little bit.
Oh, that was on me.
Also, hold on. New rule for the conversation today. You're not allowed to start any sentence off with like, I just think it's funny how blah blah blah, because it derails the fucking everything. So.
Okay, we're gonna have some fighting happening soon.
I hate you. Go ahead.
Down one up top. On that line.
What the fuck was that?
Sophie, what were you guys talking about?
We were talking about who
On the roof.
as a black so I basically said
I got his boy on the roof.
genuinely agreed with most of the
Yeah, he should have just gotten behind something.
an integral
He just went like,
part of
you
trying
just
to
went in the
build
middle of nowhere.
African American agency for
Fancy, dude.
family values, entrepreneurship, getting out of the
GG's.
hood, out of the project.
Oh, okay, so you thought that not giving enough, or you felt I wasn't giving enough recognition to some of the systemic challenges that the.
No, that's not what I said. I said that what you did was
Oh, yeah.
purposeful. Like you're purposefully not talking about the systemic stuff because we're always talking about systemic, right? Like let's talk about something else. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to explain to them that like you're not trying to bullshit the systemic, but it's like it's both. But like we need to talk about the other one just as much.
So you think that not ruminating about it is disingenuous?
No, I'm saying it's got for an integral purpose. Like it's
Okay, so we're on the same page. We're on the same
Yeah,
page.
but
'Cause
I'm
you
not on
went-
the same page on one thing. Particularly the mixed race stuff pissed me off so much. Like I was on board with you. I was doing my exercise, I was doing my weights, and as soon as she started like biracial people should not be in the community, they need their own. I was like, oh, hold on a minute, child, you have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't say that they shouldn't be in the community. I said that a lot of biracial people have sort of an identity crisis, and I'm kind of proposing that they establish I'm not actually talking about like geographically a physical community, but just establishing their own distinct identity separate from black and white, because they historically have not felt connected to either. So I wasn't saying, exile them. My position was, biracial people are not black or white. They're biracial, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's my position.
That's cool. I would just explain to you why that is just difficult for us, like in a psychological way. So it's like when you're
you're biracial?
Yeah, that's what I said partly. When you said I was another black person, I was like partly.
Anyway. Is your mom white and your dad is black?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, when you got a white mom and your dad's not there, you're gonna be in a.
Oh, your dad is absent?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
When you're gonna be in a white space most of your life. I'm in a white school. Right. You're the blackest person in the room, right? Everybody being racist to you. They think like I was in a singing competition and someone's like, "Yeah, you're only good because you're black, because that's your black genes." I was like, "Okay, child."
Hold on 1 second, Sophie. Sophie, 1 second. Steven, can you change my mic so that I don't have to? Like, can you tinker with something so that I don't have to put the phone to my ear?
No, that's all on your side. I can't help you with that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, if you want to put it on speaker, it's the thing. I think it's in the top right. If you're on Discord, yeah, I think it's in the top right. You can just change it to speaker, so you don't have to hold it to your ear.
Yeah, so like you're in school, right? And you got an afro, and people are throwing Q-tips in your hair, like saying like, haha, you got an afro, that's funny. So you're thinking,
Who's
damn,
doing
like,
that? White people are doing that, right?
yeah, white people. So now you're feeling like I need to empower my blackness. I need to love my blackness. I need to get into black community. Your dad's not there. It's like, how are you gonna do that? You're gonna find your own black community. You're like, yes, I finally get to be black. I get to be. I don't have to be like the only black person in the room. And then as soon as you get there, you're met with all this weird resentment for you existing. It's just like,
Okay,
God
so
damn.
Sophie, as someone who I know a lot of people think that I'm biracial, I identify biracial as one black parent, one white parent. I'm not biracial. So as someone, I don't identify with being biracial, and I don't identify with that plight. But I do understand it. I have family members, a lot of family members who are biracial. But what I will say is, and this is sort of what I was saying the other day, not to like told you so to the chat, but it is difficult, specifically for children, like biracial children, boys and girls, who grow up without their father. So they don't have a point of reference to their blackness, and they don't sort of develop an internal sense of self or pride in their blackness because they've never been taught, right? Like self-love is something that children have to be taught, and when you're biracial, it's a little bit more it can be more challenging, even more so if one parent is absent. So I can understand that, but on the perspective of black people, and I guess some of the issues that they may have with that kind of the biracial plight is that sometimes in black spaces, people who are biracial sometimes will superimpose themselves into these spaces, but not having the experience, and not truly understanding the plight. Because I understand, yes, you are half black and half white. I totally understand that. But there is still, and I get it too. Like I'm light skinned, so I understand. But there is a level of privilege, right? Like especially in the black community, when you know that whiteness. I don't want
what's
to
up?
talk about this on a white person stream anymore, but there's a black man up here?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a black man.
I
Don't
am a
worry, you're
black
safe.
man.
Okay.
What's his
What I
name?
would say is that like you see our
Gambit.
whiteness in the tunnel vision
his
of
name?
privilege.
Gambit is my name. And by the way, I disagree with. I don't know. I thought you joined.
The game will begin shortly.
I disagree with you already. Which I love to talk to you about, but we talking about this now, so we should stay on this. But yes,
No,
I'm black.
sorry. I only wanted to know. Like, I don't feel like comfortable just having white people on the line. I just wanted to see if there was a black person.
We never get to talk about mixed race in the community. It's always like, girl, this is not a real problem. Like, we talk about police force, the black women, the darker women have some problems with systemic racism, which is all true. It's like, when we get a black person.
Right, so that's what I'm saying.
And
Hold on, Sophie. Don't you see the importance of creating your own space with other biracial people who can say, hey, I've experienced the same issues? Because dark-skinned women are going to experience the same issues as other dark-skinned women, and those are things that they have.
Do you want to go Hex or Knight?
And no, but I'm just saying. No, I understand that. I'm just saying that black women, they've cultivated, or they've created.
Local assault acquired.
Now, even now,
Want to go there? Okay.
and they are trying to have big space for themselves, and they did that by doing work and organizing together. So I think that it would be beneficial for biracial people to carve out their own space. Understand the plight of a biracial person. They simply will not. Just like you won't understand the plight of a dark-skinned person, and neither will I, right? So it's important. It's important. That dichotomy is important for black people to acknowledge and for biracial people to acknowledge. But ultimately, I think that sometimes in the black community, when you say dark-skinned girls say, "Oh, girl, that's not really a problem," and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not going to say whether it's right or wrong, but that is how they feel because that's not their experience, and you can't superimpose your experience onto them.
I can experience the racism too, but the thing is that, the thing is that I feel like you guys want us to be black when it's beneficial, and then y'all can be mixed when it's not. So like whenever
Yeah,
we
see,
achieve
I
something,
disagree.
Wait, here, real quick. Let Sophie finish her. Yeah. Okay. Go. So.
it's an achievement for black women as a whole when like a mixed race girl marries the Prince Harry. Like this is black person, you're such a black person. And as soon as she's doing something crazy, it's like look at her whiteness showing. Look at her whiteness. Like we're black when we're good, and then we're white when we're not. And so this is causing the identity crisis. It's like
Okay,
y'all-
well, I
that's
wouldn't
what
say
make
it's
your
causing-
beauty when you don't. You know.
Sophie, I wouldn't say it's causing it. That's a bit of a reach, but I would say that it's definitely contributing to that issue. What I will say about I also disagree with that, and I've always been that way. I have always thought why I don't understand it myself. I don't know why black people say, hey, you can come to the cookout. Oh, you're biracial. Like I don't do the whole one drop, right? Like to me that's a white that's a colonial thing. Like that's what
We
white
all
people.
experience racism.
No, but I'm speaking to your points, right? I'm just saying, like, I agree that it is harmful for the black community to superimpose a black identity onto biracial people. I don't agree with that. I think that biracial people have their own spaces, their own communities, and should be able to identify with their own place and try to figure out a way to deal with some of the identity crisis that they are experiencing. So there I will disagree.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I gotta ask a question. Wait, I gotta ask a question. Wait, hold on. I'm super curious. I feel like that there are people that would be of a similar mind of you who would say that I don't
Survival
know if you're biracial or not,
bonus.
say you're not, but just on the way you look, they would say that you can't be in those black spaces.
Airwalk
Your
acquired.
experience is going to be similar to a very dark-skinned black person's experience.
Exactly.
How would you ever respond to them?
My response is again. So you heard her experience as a biracial person. She had a white mom. She was in a lot of white spaces. So I think that people have more than one identity, even more than one racial identity. So growing up, yes, I was always the lightest in my family.
Long-range defense
but
acquired.
But there was still blackness, and we still preserved our own little kind of subculture and ecosystem.
Yeah, but that's
So
gonna
I
be
have
same
the
for her
identity-
as a biracial person, right?
Yeah.
My dad wasn't there.
No, but she
didn't
still
have a-
she still is in a black culture and is to some extent like preserving like parts of her.
No, she was not socialized.
Wait, hold on.
She,
She-
and white schools.
It doesn't matter. That just because she's in white spaces doesn't mean she's not treated as a black person. In those spaces, she's
Survival
ostracized.
bonus.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. What I said
Ultimate acquired.
was that she was socialized in her home with her white mother. That's part of her identity.
Yeah, but part of your identity is also how other people treat you, right? And the way that you're welcomed or not welcomed in certain spaces.
Yeah, I think this is the question to ask Annalisa. What difference in treatment outside of
Shoot and run
I
acquired.
don't think there's a concrete difference, right? I think the experience that she's gonna have as a black person, or I don't know why you don't want to call her black person. That's a little bit weird to me, but I don't want to get into that. But as a black person, the things that she would experience and that you would experience, there's lots of overlap. So why can't there be camaraderie on those overlaps?
I don't like the way that you guys are framing this. Like, there's always going to be camaraderie. I'm going to get away with all groups of people, but my position is I don't identify as biracial. I have one white parent and one black parent.
It doesn't. Real
Wait,
quick.
I want you.
Let me finish.
I don't think you heard my question. I don't think you heard my question.
I
yet.
did.
My question was.
You're talking about the comparisons in terms of how he and I look. I know. I'm getting there.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, you weren't talking about that.
Well,
No,
it's not really about how you look. It's about how you're treated because of how you look.
Right, and again,
By your proper picture, I have like course identity, so like it's like.
Yeah, this is
I feel
okay.
like
Yeah,
it's not a problem.
okay. I'm glad she said this because I didn't want to say this. Just literally based on accents and appearance alone, I feel like you would be more accepted in white spaces than she would.
Yeah, but you would think that, and you would be wrong.
Hold on, I'm gonna be stronger. I know that's true. I know for a fact that's true.
Okay, white man, I'm sure you know that's true. You think that my hair is naturally?
Bro, you
Hold on.
literally have like
My
half
hair
the black
is
people that have been in this call accuse you of being biracial, right? Do you not understand that? Like low tier God was in here and he hates black women and he's literally hitting on you the entire time. Like,
You think that my hair is? What, you think my hair is naturally straight?
I don't care what it's naturally as, but you present yourself in a certain way and you're gonna be treated that way.
What, so because I straighten my hair, I'm white? Or
I didn't
look
say
white?
you're white. I'm saying that like for you to come in. Hold on.
Okay. Let me.
Wait, no, hold on. Wait. Just chill. That's because you talk forever. I'm just saying. Because you take forever to answer questions.
You see anything?
It doesn't help when you're cutting me off.
It doesn't help when you don't answer. Like
Sorry,
you're.
I am the not
Sorry,
speaking
you let me
English.
answer?
No, you're good.
I don't know. Are you going to? Are you gonna let yourself?
Any
answer?
enemy?
Answer, white man.
It has nothing to do with me being white. Okay.
This is so bad.
First of all, when it comes to blackness, there are levels to it. So you have skin color, you have hair texture, you have phenotype, you have nose, you have lips. There are levels to it. I'm sorry that nobody understands that, but there are absolutely levels to it. In terms of phenotype, I do not present. I don't have a long. I don't have small straight nose. I don't have full lips. I don't have any bone structure that is typically what you see in white people. I don't have it. I do have light skin, and I acknowledge that there are privileges. I acknowledge that there are things that I will not be able to identify. Even though I have sisters who are brown and dark skinned, they have a separate identity. But in terms of having a collective identity as a family, we're still collectively
Lacerating rounds acquired.
to this. Like if you just because you guys think that I present as white because I straighten my hair, because so any black.
Stop. Hold on. No. Okay. Stop. Hold on. Stop. Withdraw me. Hold on. We're not saying that. No. Stop. That what we said was in response to you saying to this woman, who I haven't seen what she looks like, but just based on what she sounds like, okay? And she says she's darker skinned. Maybe she's a white person with a crazy Nigerian accent. I don't fucking know. But it's not just about you. You're trying to say that because she has a white mom, this is her life experience, and we're pushing back and saying, well, hold on. There's a lot of things that factor into it. You can't now retreat to like, oh, well, it's a multi-factor thing. Oh, it's a multi-level thing. Oh, there's a lot into it. That's fine. If you get wait, no, let me finish. Okay, we agree that there is a multi-level thing. We all agree with it. But you can't come in and say, my mom and dad are this, and her mom and dad are that, therefore, because now you're the one presenting it as a one-dimensional thing, and that's not fair to her.
I didn't say it, she did. She said that she was treated differently. She was the one who said what her experience was. She said that in white spaces, she was not accepted, and it was very, this is her experience. I'm literally just repeating what she has been saying the entire time. That she didn't fit in with white people, and she didn't fit in with black people. I don't have that problem.
Wait, chill, like, and all we don't need another voice, chill. I love you, like, chill.
No, because you guys aren't threading the needle.
Wait, no.
Let me
You're
finish.
not threading the needle. None of.
Let me
I'm
finish.
so sorry. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
She is talking about her identity, and if you don't think that her white mother has anything to do with her identity, if you don't think that her white
No
mother
one said
had
that.
anything to
Literally,
do-
no one in here said that.
Right, well, but that's the difference. That is the difference, and you're trivializing the impact that it's going to have on somebody who has one white parent and one black parent.
No one in here said that doesn't have an impact on it. No one said that. I don't know who
I'm saying that impact. I don't have experience with the impact, so I don't care how people see me. I know what I am, and I know what my family is. I don't care how I present. Any black people who have straight hair are not.
Personal supplies has arrived.
Okay, fair. Like,
If you're
I get it.
gonna-
Like, if people know that I have a white parent, then they're gonna treat me different based on that knowledge. So, like, you know.
So
like,
you said that they treat you differently based on how you
So
go.
when I'm with my black friends, right, and we just joking and stuff. Like, let's say I make fun of what an auntie said. I'd be like, girl, when you say that, like, just joke.
Survival bonus.
I have a white mom, or like if I'm making a joke,
Rapid
and they'll
fire
be like,
acquired.
Okay, yellow person, like it would be like that. It just be like just these like little jabs of like, right, yeah, you're not really part of us. Sort of thing.
What do white people say to you?
Nigga.
Hmm?
Or let's say that.
Yeah, if you're black, you can say whatever you want. Okay.
What
did you say?
Your stream. I don't need you to lose out money or whatever.
No, you can. You're as long as you're black.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what do white people say to you?
They call me. They'll call me an nigga. That's it.
Like your family or your friends? What?
Yeah, like did you know when you in a whole white group and you're young as hell?
No, I don't know. I don't have that experience. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
I'm explaining to you. So when you were in that environment, it's funny. Like and it's funny when there's no black people around, and you're the only white girl. You're 4'11", and you're like insecure in your identity. they're gonna run that through you. You know what I mean? So some, like,
Survival
So I think
bonus.
that the question, I understand that.
Bulletproof shield acquired.
I don't have that conflict. Like I don't have that internal conflict. I didn't have that experience, and I understand how I
saying is that
I understand how I
I'm trying to bridge that gap between you never get
You've never had the experience of white people calling the N-word ever? You've never dealt with racial... Wait, what? You've never had the experience of white people, like, calling you racial slurs or being discriminatory?
Never.
To?
Never.
Do you not... You...
Crazy?
Okay, that's the Canada life right there, I guess. Damn, good job. If that's the case, Anna, if that's the case, I would highly suggest you never talk about biracial spaces in the United States of America, because it sounds like you know less about that black experience than I do, and I'm white as fuck. Like, I don't know why you would comment.
So I'm the only black person in Canada? Like, shut the hell up.
No, but you're in Canadian culture, and if you're telling me that as a biracial Canadian, or I'm sorry, not a biracial, as a black,
My experience.
Yeah.
My experience. Get another black woman from Canada and ask her what hers is.
yeah, but you're talking about black. I'm sorry. When you talk about like black African American issues and shit, was everything? And you know what? I think everybody in this call right now will agree with you. Were you only talking about Canadian black families then? You want to rescind?
No, of course not. With the
Okay.
data that I presented you, was it based in Canada?
Exactly. Then you're not. We're not talking about just what Canadian black women experience. We're
You're talking about my experience.
No.
And you're relegate my experience to every black person in Canada.
It's not just your experience. We're talking about what all black people should be doing. Experiences.
No, I get. No, are you? All right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I must just be fucking full on. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna hold on 1 second. I want to say something to Sophie. Hold on 1 second. So this is I think this is the problem. So in this could be a Canadian thing, but there are a lot of Caribbean people in Canada, and Caribbean people, just in terms of their makeup, can sometimes present differently. But also, it's a different mentality. Sometimes it's a different socialization. So maybe there are differences there. But Caribbean people are still black, but they still have a separate identity from Canadians that are not Caribbean.
Got it.
True.
That are not Caribbean. So there's a distinction to be made in any group or any subgroup, and that goes along with culture.
I hear you, but the thing is, okay, I think this is a primarily an American thing. In my city, if you're black, like, and I think that's because all black people, where I'm from, is like, they all come from different places. There's Nigerians, there's Ghanaians, there's Kenyans, there's Caribbeans. Like, we have our own section, but like,
No, wait.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
I hear y'all
But
from, like,
hold on. But Canada's the same way. But you're asking me as a white person called me, are you fucking crazy? The answer is no. But I have biracial family members. I have a lot of biracial friends, and they all have the same identity crisis.
He might still be inside. One might be inside.
You have. I'm saying that there are more commonalities with you than they would have with me, because the way that they see the world is different from the way that I see the world.
Annalise, wait. Hold on, wait. I really want.
Survival bonus.
Internal, the individual.
Vector upgrade acquired.
How they experience the world. The question that me and Destiny were asking you earlier is the you would be treated in the way that
There's two of them.
are similar, because most of the world is going to look at solid black, and they're going to oppress upon Damn it. How you're treated and blah blah blah. That's kind of where we were trying to pull out a little pushback, or trying to see if you accept our premise.
Okay, no, Gambit, I accept.
He's
your
running.
premise, but I need you to try to understand that. I understand the way that the world sees Sophie or me, and the way that we internalize it. It could be the same.
Nice.
Differently because of our experience. So there are differences and there are always levels, and I can appreciate
TP'd.
the similarities that I
For me.
Biracial. Again, I told you, my skin is light and my eyes are green. In my family, I stuck out like a.
Got it.
My black family.
First blood.
Nice.
Probably why I grew up with such a strong sense of self, and I didn't struggle. The point of reference was my entire family. Like I didn't have to.
Okay, you're repeating yourself. Okay, we got it. Listen, okay, so here's the question, okay? If you have a clinical experience with what you look like, it feels a little bit brutal to a biracial person to essentially tell them, sorry, because of your parents, you're not really allowed to be a part of this community.
Thanks.
No worries, bro.
I didn't say sorry because I'm saying that if you're having an issue and you don't feel that you're accepted here, you don't feel that you're accepted there, and your parents didn't instill in you a sense of identity or a sense of self, why is it a bad thing to say, hey, you can create your own space and you can empower yourself? Why is that a bad
Because
thing?
nobody can
Toxic
do
guys.
Many of us. There's really not that many of us. And the thing is
There
that
are
the thing
when
is,
you there are other
okay,
people.
listen. The thing is that we have the same problem with black community.
Yep. You want to head to them?
Oh, white women get the same black men?
She didn't say white women. Let her
Who did
finish.
say it?
The woman is gonna now move back to wherever
Yep.
she grew up or wherever.
Yeah,
she
no,
was.
Number 3.
Raise her as she knows best how she doesn't understand how race works and stuff. So you're in an isolated situation. So it's like
For me.
Okay, so where did I
Yep, I see him.
as a black person is online and as a kid
Another team over here. Another team. Separate team. Separate team.
so these things are very
Just go left. Go left.
No, I know. You guys I don't like what you're doing. with my
Number 6.
I didn't say that you need, not you specifically, I didn't say that you need to create a physical, geographical, your own
Only online, like, there's different type of family, friends, and community, like,
Hold on.
bro, like, look out, it's not a Discord server that people want to go to. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
So you have to take into consideration
Are you safe?
Sniper.
your environment is interacting with you and the way that you're interacting with your environment, and you have to maybe think about the way or the ramifications that that's going to have on your psyche and your identity and your.
okay, hold on, chill. Okay, you gotta answer.
I don't have that. No, my point is, I don't have that. That's my point.
by the time I moved to London and
Damn, bro.
on, like
They were close.
I'm not
Thanks. Thanks. Nice
Let her
game.
Thank you.
finish.
I'm not dismissing
Bro, let her finish. Holy shit.
You've been cutting people off. Shut up.
No, you cut, dude. You take 20 minutes to say, yeah, chill.
right now. I'm being so vitriolic right now. Like for
Damn, bro. I thought he was
Just
actually.
take a step back, because it's
The
really not
sniper, I
that
thought he
deep
was
or anything.
relatively far, but he was not at all.
Deep. This is
Yeah, it's a little bit, but like, ciao, move on. Like,
You should be able to
I
handle
don't
this
wear my
conversation.
mixed races as a badge. It's just one part of me. But I'm 22. I'm not a baby. Like, we can move on. from that.
Shit. Okay, you are
Anna,
you're
Anna,
very young.
Anna, you came in here and you said to
Who's talking?
vent.
First of all.
I am.
Lycan.
Yeah, your name is I am.
Yes, I am, and I am talking.
Okay, what's your name? I'm not. Don't address me if you're not gonna like introduce
My name is
yourself. Tell me what your
Lycan.
name is.
My name is Lycan. And you came
Oh,
in
I
here.
recognize your voice.
Good.
Bandit, another bandit.
Good.
Wait,
talked shit, I'm gonna
no,
remove
wait,
you.
what?
What did she say? I completely missed it.
I think she
Yeah,
thinks you're
you're
black.
gonna miss a
All right.
lot.
Am I
Anyway,
crazy?
yeah, no.
You
You're
are. He
missing
is
a lot.
black. You got it, dude. You got it for this convo. Lycan, go for it.
Anna, you came in here and you said you need to create your own community. But what you have failed to do is to quantify the experiences that she doesn't experience that you, as a black woman, do. And if you can't do that, then you
What?
can't
I
say,
failed to quantify it? What?
yes.
How she
I
did, to
said
be
that I
fair,
can't
she did.
identify with it. I
Yes, you
specifically
did.
said I can't because I'm not biracial. Are you a
What?
nut? Are you
No, you're not listening. You were saying that she needs to go create her own community, that mixed race people need to have their own community. Don't freak out. Just a yes or no. Is that accurate?
No, I didn't say that.
You
Okay, let me relay what
fucking
she
liar.
said. Okay, so our experiences are slightly different, and that I cannot expect empathy from dark-skinned women the same way I should not expect empathy from my experience. Yes, our racism is the same, coming from systemic places, but they are different. So perhaps we should build our own space where we can sort that out and not involve darker-skinned women that might not get it.
Okay,
That's
so
what she-
our
What I'm
so
saying is
what-
that that's
what-
not really an idealistic thing because, like, okay, you said on the online space, for one, girl, we're all at work. And for
Okay,
two,
so all right.
there's
Okay,
not that many
so
of us
Sophie,
to kiki that about.
Sophie, you're 22, right? Okay, so you're young, and I understand that this is obviously it's difficult, and I know you can say, you know, I'm older, it's not as bad, but even if you look at the research, it does leaves an imprint, right? Because it's the way that you were socialized and the environment that you were in that has an impact on the way you see yourself and the way that you see the world. I understand that. It's a proposal. I'm not telling you what to do. It's a proposal. I'm saying, hey, if you don't feel like you can identify with or you can feel resonated with in either of these communities, and you don't feel that you belong in equal measure to either of these communities, I'm proposing that you can create a space, and it exists in Canada. I'm going to be honest with you.
That does not just like solidify that they didn't belong.
No. What I'm saying to you is, I'm just putting. I made a proposal to you to say, hey, if you don't feel empowered by Black women, or if you don't feel empowered by white women, or whatever it is, all I'm proposing is you create a space with biracial
One thing
people.
wrong with that is whenever we have tried to do that, we've been met with backlash from the Black community. Like, so a lot of there was a time in like 2014 where like mixed race people were like big on being mixed race. We put it in our Instagram by like, hey, I'm mixed race, because like, you know, it's quite a unique thing. When you're,
it is a unique thing.
So
And that's
no,
what I
I'm
didn't
saying
say.
when you're all
Let her finish.
In real life, when you're the only Black person and you are experiencing that you're not fitting in anywhere, and you're like 12 years old starting an Instagram, you feel pretty like you want to find your people, right? So you're gonna wear it as a badge, like, hey, I'm mixed race. The same way LGTVs do that. They them. Yeah, it may not be that good. I'm trying to find people. So when we
I
do
agree,
it,
and they should.
And what I'm saying, when we do it, Black people tend to tell us like, oh, why are you trying to like display your whiteness? Why are you trying to like everything?
Right, and Sophie.
The game will begin shortly.
The lens of privilege only. You only see our whiteness as a point of privilege, and you don't see how it literally destroys our life in some ways.
No, and Sophie, again, you and I agreed to that point, and all of my Black people and my Black friends, we don't do that specifically because we know that it can be damaging, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, to be honest. So you and I agreed, where I said Black people should not, and that's part of the reason that biracial people have this identity crisis in the first place, is feeling the need to either be more Black or more white, or less Black or less white. It's that prism, that's what creates that sort of that confusing pathology. And I agree with you. Black people should not superimpose biracial people into Black spaces, into Blackness, into the Black experience. I think that biracial people have a very distinct experience in the world, and the way that the world experiences them. And I think that they should be and that is why a lot of
UMP upgrade acquired.
don't think that
It comes down to black men and like this is what it is. It's a risk. Like it's like why we even exist is because it's why we got trust. That's what it is. For me, that's what it is.
Benji, did I misunderstand you earlier when you came in and you said like your overall thesis is that when you experience the same issues that the black community experiences, they exclude you because you're mixed race because you might have.
Oh, that's tight, bro. Psst. Fucking
and so
absolutely
then,
sick.
When you came in, you said go create your own community, right? If you have that issue, go create your own community. Well, no. But the whole point, if I'm understanding correctly, is not that you should have to, from your end, you shouldn't have to. There should be a resolution
Mobile assault
within the black
acquired.
community that people of mixed race are also treated with the same injustices, systemic problems, prejudices,
not.
whatever.
They're
Oh,
not.
Then say it. Then that's
In the
what
in the United States.
Steven, I got this.
Tactical slide acquired.
You have to, if you're going to say that, you have to then quantify it, qualify it. Say they don't
Wait, so
experience
you're-
this, they don't experience
okay.
that, and this is
I
a
got
problem.
So what you're saying, Sophie, what you're saying is biracial people have the same racial adversities that black people have, identity and otherwise, socially and culturally. Is that what you're saying?
In some terms, yes.
I was talking to Sophie.
What? I know what was said. I was looking at chat. Okay, like, cause someone would say, I don't know. Like, I feel like we're in a circle now. Like, I'm over it. I feel like what we need to do is everyone needs to make money and stop talking about this whole like, just if you make money, then you're not concerned about wrestling.
That's not exactly how it works.
Honest, I just feel like it's really not that deep. Like, and I feel like you're making like a whole thing of like virus.
You're saying it's a problem. So what?
You said it was a problem, and I wanted to.
No,
I wanted to.
I said that the effect that it has on you when you're superimposed into one community or another. I said that that's detrimental. I didn't say that your existence is.
Survival bonus.
And I don't think you see what's going on.
Bulletproof shield acquired.
I have a problem with letting people anything from one community, so I came onto this issue to just make a point of actually.
I never said that. I said
Being a whiteness is a point of privilege, and it's actually we experience different kinds of racism that you would never understand, and that we need to have some kind of voice and representation for that. You would never know what it's like to be rejected by your immediate grandfather or your cousin because of.
Oh, you're a white one?
Yes.
Right.
Girl, like
And I wouldn't. That's kind of the black community. What like that's what I'm trying to say to you, Sophie.
Why would you reject the black community? Like, you know, my own family is black. He's like, girl, you're not black. It's like, bitch, where am I supposed to go?
Okay, so again, this is what I'm saying.
Talk about it because police were formed when no one cares about some mixed race girls' feelings. Like,
I care. I think anybody with empathy.
Survival bonus.
Anybody with empathy is gonna care. But Sophie, I don't want you to misunderstand.
Ultimate acquired.
That I'm saying it's not a big problem. Just go find other biracial people and cry. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is, you have a very your identity and what that sort of creates, or the way that the world interacts with you, kind of creates a little bit of identity adversity, you could say. That I can't identify with fully, that no other person who's biracial can truly identify with.
Why is it it's such a shallow thing?
But again, there are different.
About it because my mom, they're not Asian guys. Like, they're just not a part. Like, I'm just saying that like we should like black like.
But
if
again,
we just
Sophie,
keep that
there are
for
different
community, then nothing gets addressed because we're talking in the echo chamber, and the people who need to hear it are not hearing it. So I just
Sophie, I assume identity. I know that you think that identity is like superficial and shallow, but again,
just make money.
Right, but again, we have more than one identity. Like, we're multifaceted and like three-dimensional. We have more than one identity. So I'm not saying, oh, your identity is everything, but I'm saying that if it's caused you harm, psychological harm in any way, or if it's created an identity crisis, all I was proposing is you can, and I don't like it. It seems like you feel like it's not possible, and I can assure you, it is possible. I'm just saying that there are spaces that you can either create if you don't think they exist. I'm telling you that they do exist, but if you feel like they don't, I'm saying that it's possible that you can create a space and you won't be so much sort of like, well, I can't identify with that because it's not exactly my experience.
I think what you're doing is you're telling the short person, hey, go create your own NBA. And what she's saying is nobody's gonna watch that.
No,
So
that is not comparable at all. That
That's
was
exactly.
that was terrible. Come on, you're
Can we
smart
talk
than
about
that.
something else? Oh my god. It's just like, like nobody's gonna have to put the effort in to do that. It's just not a.
It's an absurd complaint. Like nobody, the idea like go create your own culture is like one of the dumbest prescriptions I've ever heard in my entire life. Like I don't know what the fuck.
I mean,
Like
how has culture historically been created?
historically,
People
it's been
created-
absorbed from your ancestors. That's how culture.
Right.
Lacerating rounds
And you
acquired.
have the same ancestors. Is my point.
No, that's not your point. Your point is that you were.
That
Stop.
is my point.
No.
My point is communities, ethnicities, ethnic groups, they create their culture. Is my point.
Okay, you're wrong, okay? You don't create your own culture. You are constantly absorbing and recreating culture. Nobody invents their own fucking culture. You inherit it from the people around you, and sometimes it's instilled from the people around you. That's how it works.
Right.
Oh, cool. I'm glad we agree. Thank you.
So culture.
Yeah, cool. I'm sorry, can you, what's one group of people that have just invented their own culture from nothing? I'm curious.
Did you say invented it from nothing?
Yeah, who invented their own culture?
I'm saying that ethnic groups, different lineages and
You're saying a whole lot of nothing right now. A whole lot of nothing right now.
No. Okay. All right. Go fuck yourself then. If you
Okay.
don't understand what I'm
I
saying,
am.
I don't give a fuck. You're a white man. What
Good.
do you
True.
fucking understand?
True, exactly.
Wait, what?
Base. Yes, I am a white man. Yes.
White?
Yes. And most of the people that have a problem with you in here are black people.
But you're talking.
I am talking right now because it's my fucking Discord. Of course I am. I didn't say it was only black people. I said it was mainly black people, and most of them have a huge fucking problem with you. Okay? That's great. Your biggest offenders have been me and another white woman. Okay? Perspective check. Perspective check. Okay?
That's true. That's
What's
true.
up? What's up?
That's true. That's true.
Hold on, I
Actually,
wanna say something to
I distinctly remember her saying, "Steven, this is why I like you, Steven. Steven."
Oh my god.
Or laugh. Or laugh.
No, she comes on every day.
First blood.
People combative with every single person in these conversations. And at some point, I hope that at least looks back at this period and realize you're the problem. The reason why you're fighting with black women, black men, Asian men, white men, and everybody in the online space, not them, it's you. You're the problem. And now you coming, no, I'm not done. And now you're coming here on Steven's platform to go talk about your issues, and then you're like, well, you're a fucking, then get the fuck off. Go do your own platform.
What are you talking about? My
You're such a loser. You're coming on the white man's platform to talk about black issues, and then you're yelling at the white man for being white. What kind of a baby fuck goes on someone else's podcast and complains about their race? Bitch, nobody asked you to join. You join yourself. Go home.
And the same way that I joined, Steven can kick me at any time, right? But he's getting clips and views, right?
Hold on. I'm trying to stop. Hold on. This was my with Click the Views. I'm supposed to be there covering the midterms, okay? And Sophie came here because she wanted to talk about things that was related to things. Okay, well, I am talking about today because that's where I'm living, okay? I don't know if you can send messages in the fucking past, but I'm talking about today, okay?
Talking about the day that I got on.
I'm not
Survival
talking about
bonus.
that day. No one else is, okay? Abba's not talking about that day. He's talking about today. I'm talking
Rapid
about today.
fire
And Sophie joined
acquired.
today. So we're talking about today, okay? Today, I'm talking about midterms. Sophie joined because I'm waiting for some other friends to join, and she wanted to talk about some things that you'd said. And then you showed up to argue about those things, okay? That's what's happened today.
So she wanted to talk about things that I said, and I came up here to. First of all,
Wait, okay, hold on. Wait, real quick.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. I want to.
Let Sophie talk. Let Sophie talk real quick, and then you can do your thing. Go. Yeah.
And is it alright if you go buy Fenty for me? Because I don't know if I'm gonna say I've said something maybe like you'll use against me. You know what I mean?
Buy-
I want people to find figure out you know what I mean?
Fenty? What? You want me to call you Fenty?
That's perfect. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can we talk about something else? This is so boring.
Okay, so no, I want to address.
Can I ask some questions?
I don't want to do this for 12 hours today. That's gonna turn on.
Kill bonus.
Anna. Wait, hold on.
Survival bonus.
Yeah, wait.
Long-range
Anna
defense
can say
acquired.
her thing to Abba, and then that'll be that on that. Cherry is another mixed race, wonderful lady in here. She can ask a question or two. If Anna, you can go back and forth for a minute or two, and then we're moving on from this because I want to do this for 12 fucking hours again today. Okay? So Anna.
I'll be back.
White people do it in the NBA. I do it on the DGG.
You're just gonna discard them like trash.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay, so anyways, so Abba.
Anyways, I'm done with that joke. I don't really care about your little humor, so I'm gonna get on to what I want to talk about because that's all that matters. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, I'm not sure who. I don't know who told you that I don't. I know that my car. I know it's 1,000% problematic. You said I don't know.
Yeah, you're.
Stop.
Dumb fuck.
I have never sat up here acting like, oh, why is everyone being? I know why I'm getting this smoke back. If I can give it, I can get it. You think that I don't know that?
I just want you to appreciate. You're the worst example for black people. I just want to appreciate.
Okay,
Alright?
Abba,
You're degenerate culture. I just
Are
want
you
you to
done?
know that. Yeah,
Are you done?
No, I just want you to say that because you're talking so
Are you
much
done?
crap about how black men are perceived. You are
you done?
degenerate culture. Yeah.
Are you done?
Carry on.
Are you done?
Oh, okay, he left. All right, he's gone. Okay, Cherry and Anna. Cherry has wanted to say.
Dude, I don't see this dude's bag.
Before Abba came in here.
You got 30 seconds, Anna. Go.
The issue that I have is when we have these conversations. So again, the reason that I even came on here is because I saw your thing on the
Fresh and Fit podcast.
Stop calling people burn.
Personal supplies has arrived.
Bro, what?
Okay, gotcha. You're done. Okay, Cherry. That was your 30 seconds. Cherry. This is actually my platform. This is actually my platform. Okay. I don't need you to
So
give
stupid.
the same
I actually have to go this far outside just to get my fucking bag.
No, hold on. For your purposes. For Anna. Okay, bye. Goodbye. Okay, bye, okay. Fenty, what's up? What did you want to say?
Okay.
Cherry,
Should
I'm
be
sorry.
I'm going to do
My
my
bad.
8x. Everything else should be good. Yep.
Yeah, I kind of have a similar feeling, but it's 2 years from now, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what y'all can look at.
Or wait, did you have a question or what?
No, I think I'm done. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know she was gonna come in again. It's like the fucking
I'll say
Batman, yeah.
maybe some for what it's worth, I like white people.
Don't stop! This dude, Fanatic's cutting this up right now. Okay, don't do it. Okay.
Oh, child, Fnatic, don't do dirty, okay?
Okay. Well.
All I'm gonna say is the
It's gotta be past this house.
y'all need to go, otherwise, Steven needs to get,
Yeah, vote is good. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Can I say something now?
Yeah, Funky. Hey, you're also new. Okay, Fendi, thanks a lot. I'm dragging you out. I appreciate your input. Okay.
Bye.
Funky, you were the other sub that I dragged in 2 hours ago. Go ahead. What's your sub question, real quick, and then I need to get IRI and Ruminate in here.
Okay, now I just wanted to get into quickly about, well, I mean, 2 hours ago I wanted to get into it, but anyway, where did that storm? About the sort of like the midterms that are coming up, and supposedly the Democrats are going to lose the House, which I think IRI was saying that will probably mean that there won't be any legislation passed for the next
Wait, down the hill?
years or so. The presidential election. But like, I saw you watch the Phil Maher monologue from the other night, where he was like, he painted a very scary, very dramatic picture over, you know, what will happen if Trump gets re-elected, you know, about the democracy basically disappearing and, you know, and all of that. And I picture, so, I mean, you can, there is, I mean, it's a scary picture.
Okay,
but
what?
possibly a little hint of truth to it.
More than a little. I think Trump represents a very real threat to the Republic because he's a very fascist-like individual. He has absolutely no respect for the rule of law, which is one of the most important aspects of a functional democracy. So I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that Trump represents a threat.
Yeah, but so like my question is that if someone like DeSantis was to run against him for the Republican nomination and get it, do you think that a threat as Trump would be to
No, because I
American
think
democracy.
traditionally, even if Republicans are a little bit fucky, I don't think Republicans traditionally didn't fight against rule of law as much. Trump is a very unique outlier in terms of he just has an open disdain for our democracy, and Republicans generally don't, even if they're really fucking around the edges. But who knows? Maybe Trump's like permanently changed like the mentality in the hard to say.
Yeah, it seems like it's like the Republican supporter base, the people have changed quite a lot, but like the establishment. Like,
Yeah, because now all the Trump fans in the Republican Party might demand Trump
exactly. That's basically what I was sort of getting at. But yeah, that's basically what I was waiting for to ask you. But anyway, yeah, thanks for good stuff. Yeah, thanks a lot. Cheers.
Do you mind if I say my piece? Okay. She decides to run away with a fucking pussy. She makes a dig at the girl. As soon as she says that her father was black, mother white.
I need a
Yeah,
9mm, quick and fast.
Yeah, so from the jump, she's obviously looking at her off and being racist already. And then implying that because the father left the house that she doesn't have a black experience. But that's not how black experience works. And then she later has to acknowledge that while they are both light-skinned, and she might even be more light-skinned than Sophie, that Sophie is probably going to be pegged as being black more externally than she is. And the whole, a black father not being in the house is not something that we use to justify why someone can't identify as black. You can be a black child who is abandoned by both parents and then adopted by
I'll get to you later.
Girl to make your own space because you don't feel accepted here.
Actually, I think I want to kind of.
Removing your own responsibility. You are not accepting her. Don't say if you feel like you're not accepted, make your own space. You have made her not accepted. You told her and you told other black people, her words is the black community needs to stop acknowledging their struggle as like black, that black experience. So don't make it on the biracial person as if like the feeling that they're getting is just coming from them. You are very, very much trying to ostracize them from the community.
Bro, you gotta be fucking with me. That mantle really fucked me over, dude. You gotta be fucking with me, man. I know there's a guy behind me. I have to let my armor regen.
Wait, do reactors get introduced in North America right next to each other? Or is that a meme? Yes, they do. Do I need like? Do I really need multiple? Is this the nuclear reactor I need set up for every planet? That sounds like so much.
No way! Get the fuck out of here, bro! There's actually no fucking way you win that.
I need to set up like a million.
There's no fucking way you win that. All chests? Get the fuck out of here, bro. There's no way you win that against the UMP. There's just no fucking way. No fucking way. Get fucked. That's so stupid that firearms literally just gets a fuck. That's so dumb. And it's all because I know a fact. It's all because of that fucking double AR buff. He has a fucking. He literally just has a shit ton of fucking damage with a SCAR because he has a fucking G3 that he never shoots.
Okay, can you give me a copy paste for a 2x2 design?
It's so stupid that firearms just get that massive fucking buff.
Steven? Hello? They didn't know. Steven? Are you here? Shall we? Oh shit, my speaker. Steven. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, are you free right now?
Until people start droning, yeah. What's up?
Can you explain to me what Anna means by community? Like for biracial people at all?
No clue.
No, okay. I'm trying to understand it. I've been the biracial conversations and that stuff has been making me think about some of my actions in life. You know how I look. You know, I look a little white passing. So I've noticed in my life I've tried to vibe with like a lot of more white communities, although my growing upness is very black. My mom always dated, even though my mom's white, she always even dated black men. So, you know, still had black father figures. They weren't great people, but I had a lot growing up in my life. And I noticed that that sense of I was really racist because my mom always dated these like crazy ass ghetto black dudes that were like they're very much a stereotype. And I remember like I was super self-hating until I was like 18, and I kind of got into like politics kind of through watching your stream and shit. And I noticed that like these chicks, I was dating a lot of chicks, and I was like trying to almost like involve myself in like their family life, so that way I could like get that sense of community, because like you can't fucking find like I don't know, she says this shit about like online communities or whatever, but like
it's not the same as like real life communities, right?
Yeah, like you're not gonna get a fucking online grandma. Like I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna have this Nathan for you skit shit, or I'm gonna have someone pretend to be like my Meemaw or some shit. And my mom's adopted, so I'm not gonna find some other person with an adopted mom that has no lineage there. And then my dad's a fucking bum, and they all think I'm like some child support baby, so they don't talk to me. So it's like I don't know how the fuck I'm ever gonna get that same sense of what like, you know, these Latina families or
I don't know why she said that. That's cringe as fuck.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand, because I've been thinking about that a lot, and I thought about like my dating preferences growing up, and I always got called like Hispanic, because I look more Hispanic than I do black or white. And I remember I was like super attracted to Hispanic chicks, and I would like fucking you know, yeah, like I would try to like get involved with all their family shit. I remember I used to go to their place for Thanksgiving, and it was really weird. Yeah, it's just it's weird to see like kind of not having I guess a family or whatever. Sure. All the weird things that kind of come up from it. But
what is this DID shit, Darius?
Wait, can you mute?
Sure.
you think?
Okay, you're unmuted. Okay, good luck.
You think it's a good idea, huh?
Sure, go for it. Okay.
It's worked so far. It's worked so far. It's affiliate now, so I think it's gonna go okay. We'll see though. We'll see. It's nothing.
Okay, we're all cheering for you. Good luck.
Okay, good luck.
Jesus. Who What?
And how long will IRI be on? Do you know?
I don't know. As long as I want to be.
No, I mean like in how long?
Oh, whenever he gets here, I don't know.
No idea.
Nope.
Okay, well, rip schedule. Yeah. Okay, I'll probably schedule the circumcision guy, Will Allen. He said that he wants to do it as well, so we'll probably do it some other time then when you don't have like people you're waiting for, just in case they come in like.
Oh, we
15.
can try right now until IRI shows up if he wants.
Yeah, but IRI got cucked last time.
Well, if IRI's ready to go, I'll just kick this guy. I don't know when IRI's ready.
Okay, I mean we could try it now, and then we'll see how long we'll go for. Okay, I'm probably gonna get them to join one of the random VCs, and then you need to drag them in because they don't have perms for this room.
Okay.
But yeah, all right, I'll tell them what to do. Okay, there is a Will Allen in the off-topic VC. There we go.
Hello, Will.
Hello, Stephen Bonnell. How are you?
Pretty good. Okay, hit me up. What's your strongest argument in favor of circumcision?
Hold on. I want you to hit me up first. Why do you believe in circumcision prohibition?
There's no real advantages for it, and it's basically the medical mutilation for aesthetic purposes of a child, and I don't generally approve of that kind of stuff.
There are no advantages to it?
Not ones that justify the mutilation of a child's genitals, no.
What would be a proper justification for the mutilation of a child's genitals?
I mean, they're compelling medical interests could be it.
Okay, well then why do a lot of health orgs recommend routine circumcision, and especially in sub-Saharan Africa to avoid STD and STI?
In sub-Saharan Africa specifically, it's recommended because the HIV rates are very, very high there, and having a foreskin leaves you more predisposed towards contracting HIV than anything else because of microtears that occur in the foreskin during sexual penetration. But in the Western world, we don't really deal with HIV rates, so it's not a very compelling reason to mutilate a child's genitals.
Sure, but okay, so you agree that there are some medical benefits to circumcision, even if it's in a third world country, right?
I already said there can be some, but that's why the qualifier used was compelling. There need to be compelling medical benefits.
I don't. How do you quantify that? How do you?
Well,
quantify
we have to make
that?
So for instance, I could probably reduce the rates of breast cancer to almost zero if we did mandatory mastectomies of all breast tissues of all women. But that's not very compelling. Even though we could prevent breast cancer, we're probably not going to mutilate all children like that, right? So HIV rates are incredibly low in the Western world, and to some extent completely avoidable. And even if you have it, not necessarily even that big of a deal as long as you're on drugs. So mutilating every single male child's penis to avoid a very low infection rate of HIV, to avoid the negative impacts of AIDS.
Well, not just HIV, not just HIV. Obviously, there are numerous medical benefits to circumcision. So,
well, what else? What other medical benefit? Yeah, if you want to get off the HIV, then you can tell me some of the other medical benefits. Maybe I'm not aware of them.
Okay. Hold on. There's an infection that occurs mostly in 2 to 3 year olds, and they're uncircumcised. Uncircumcised 2 and 3 years. It's an infection of the foreskin. I'm trying to find the article on that.
What are the fatality rates of this? Or permanent disability rates of this? I've never heard of this in my entire life, and I have a son. I've never told about this, so I'm just curious. I've never heard this before.
It's balanitis.
Are you sure that's an infection of the foreskin and not the head of the glans penis?
Yeah, but I'm like 90% sure. Yeah, uncircumcised males are more likely to experience balanitis as the foreskin can harbor debris that causes infection.
Hmm.
And it's,
Yeah,
and
so
it's mostly in
yeah,
young
yeah. So
children.
there's an infection of the it's an inflammation of the glands of the penis, and it can happen in uncircumcised males if you don't practice proper hygiene.
Right, for children. So do you expect like parents to like up their hygiene game rather than just like a simple procedure that doesn't affect anything?
Yeah, teaching your children basic hygiene is one of the most
A 2-year-old?
For our children, for my child, I don't know if this makes a pedophile now, but when the child was young, you bathed them, right? You would help
Yeah,
them clean.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So how okay, so you think that a better prescription would be somehow encouraging all the shitty parents of the world to properly wash their children's dicks when they're 2, rather than a simple procedure that doesn't affect anything other than reducing rates of STI, STDs.
Okay, hold on, wait. Don't do the dish gallop thing, okay? Go through every single one of those points, but don't just keep layering on dog shit arguments, okay? So we're focusing very clearly right now on this particular thing. I think it's more reasonable to educate parents how to help their children clean their dicks than to just chop all their foreskins off. Yes.
Okay, what benefit? Okay. Why?
Why what?
Why? Why do you think?
Why do I think we should teach parents how to help their children clean themselves?
No,
The game will
why do you
begin
think
shortly.
that it's not more reasonable to have normalized a simple procedure over like
Because I don't believe in mutilating parts of children or cutting parts of their bodies off because parents don't want to help them clean themselves. Hygiene should be an important part of it. That should almost be like a requirement. Like every parent should be helping their children with hygiene.
Yeah, I mean obviously I agree, right? But like you have to weigh the benefits and the negatives. So
Okay, so
I
a
think that
temporary
you
infection,
are-
the balanitis or whatever, this is not a permanent infection. This is just mild irritation. It happens. It comes in a it's not a permanent condition.
No, it's not a permanent condition, but like I think that you, or at the very least, it seems like you believe that there are more like medical benefits to being circumcised than there are not, right?
That's possible.
And your only contention
but
is that-
I'm not talking about there being more or less. I'm saying is there a compelling medical reason to do it? I'm sure there's a lot of body parts that theoretically, like maybe if we remove tonsils at birth, like you never have a tonsil.
But it's not like it's okay.
Lacerating rounds acquired.
That is like a simple, like very quick procedure. It doesn't affect
Hey, what's up, man?
It removes a part of your body that's okay. It's Western society, or at the very least, right? There's not going to be an aesthetic, backlash. Nobody's going to Well, I mean, what is the argument against like changing?
There's not going to be a very compelling argument against it, but the default would be to leave a body intact, right? That's the default. You're the one that has to provide a compelling argument to cut the body part off. And because
Well, you're the one that wants prohibition, right?
yes,
So I'm
I
trying.
don't think you should be able to cut parts of children's bodies off because it makes them look better. Yes.
Not because it looks better. That's not.
It's not for health reasons. Well, here, I'm curious. So, and I have some
Bulletproof shield acquired.
The complications resulting from circumcision or serious cases of the balanitis shit?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's pretty important, isn't it? Like,
But the okay, but there's also higher risk of contracting sexual diseases when you're uncircumcised. Right?
okay, but all of that can be mitigated, and most sexual diseases are mitigated. There's still not evidence for it.
Yeah. Okay, but
Do we want to
Shooting
get
round
back
acquired.
and move on to the STD and STI? We can talk about that next time. We'll talk about STD and STIs.
I'm saying that there is a plurality of reasons: infections, diseases.
No. You're doing the Gish Galloper when one reason.
I'm not Gish galloping.
You are because I want to talk about each reason at a time. You can't go and dance around 5 or 6 other reasons when all of them are bullshit. I want to focus on one at a time. So if you want to talk about STDs, we can talk about that. It's fine, but you can't keep dancing around. Okay, sure.
Let's stick to
Balanitis,
balanitis.
yes. So you're telling me because some children might get temporary inflammation on the glands of their penis because some parents might do bad at hygiene, that those parents should just chop part of the penis off to avoid that complication?
Hold on.
Will is pointing to the existence of certain medical benefits. You agree that there exist benefits. However, you don't think that they're significant enough to surpass the cost that comes with certain things. And I think what Will Allen is trying to get you to get at is he wants you to flesh out what the cost
Survival
benefit
bonus.
in a more direct way. Because at the moment, it seems like
Tactical slide acquired.
direct material specific like changes in risk of contracting different diseases and stuff. And on your side, it seems like you're just saying, oh, mutilation. It's bad. So I think Will is looking for something a bit more specific there, kind of like balance out the scales, right?
Well, I don't think I have to provide anything. The default is you probably leave a person's body intact as much as possible, unless there are compelling reasons to cut off parts of that person's body. If we're looking for very niche or insignificant medical issues that occur with a person's body, I feel like I could probably justify the removal of other parts of the body as well, right? Like maybe earlobes. I don't know if earlobes ever get infected, but maybe there's a chance that happens. Like, do we cut off all children's earlobes at birth? Because there's not like too much of a drawback to doing it like that. There seems like an insane position to take. I would imagine the default is you respect the autonomy of the person's body and you don't make serious and dramatic and permanent changes to that person's body unless there's a compelling medical reason to do so. Especially
Survival
when there's,
bonus.
What, like 200 or 300 kids a year?
Any idea where they are?
Rapid fire acquired.
No what?
That's not true.
Oh, way far out there.
What is the
Jesus,
number?
I'm on my way.
It's 0.
0 people die from circumcision every year?
From infant circumcision, yes. It's so exceedingly rare that it doesn't even count.
Circumcisions from, I think that's one of the side effects from balanitis, how it could be the case that circumcision is performed as a way to get rid of this infection, and those circumcisions essentially when they're older seem to have a much higher failure rate and seem to be the ones responsible for the
Balanitis can lead to long-term effects as well. Yes.
Any infection can lead to long-term effects.
Yes, true. But the adverse risk for infant circumcision is so exceedingly low.
Yeah, but the adverse risk for balanitis is exceedingly low, and it can be completely avoided by hygiene.
I mean, we could look.
Live.
It's really hard to find stuff on balanitis, but like we could look into this, and I would wager that like serious adverse effects from balanitis are more common, like per capita than like circumcision, because serious adverse effect is like 0.76 for 700 million circumcisions. It's like insane.
Okay. I'd still need like a compelling reason and like temporary inflammation of the glans penis and a compelling reason to cut a child's foreskin off.
Well, like I said, it can lead to long-term effects, long-term infection effects, right?
It's okay. Do you think that women's breasts should be removed at birth?
Probably not. No.
Why not?
I don't know. I actually
I didn't see
I
them
don't
move
know.
out
I
anywhere.
feel like
Good shit. On the right.
Tissue.
Other guys. Good job.
First blood.
The difference would be that
Ultimate acquired.
like if you're like a woman and you have like huge scars on your chest, or you have expectations surrounding whether or not like women should have boobs in their bodies or whatever. There is like a social stigma against you, so you will face some form of like negative social repercussions. Whereas circumcision is so like normalized.
We can't just appeal to social factors. That's so
well,
I feel like we're trying to make an ethically stronger argument.
Yeah. So I ask you. So let's say there's a little little needle you could put on somebody's, let's say, some random region. Let's say like on the outside of your thigh when you get bored, and this needle marginally, very hyper marginally reduces your chance of contracting like certain diseases or whatever. But there's like a tiny little bump that exists for the rest of your life. Would you be okay with that? I would presume that, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, for Will, circumcision is more akin to that than it is to chopping off.
Well, but it's not. It's a dramatic change in the function of the penis between having a foreskin and not having a foreskin. It's a pretty dramatic.
Dramatic change.
What?
What's the dramatic change?
Cutting off like a whole lump of skin that like impacts the function of your penis. What do you mean?
How does it impact the function of the penis?
Like for instance, it's hard for people without a foreskin to masturbate.
No, it's not.
Without lubricant? Yeah, it is.
I dry jerk it.
You might dry jerk it, but it's way harder for you than it is for somebody with a foreskin.
I mean, okay, yeah. There's natural lubricant inside of foreskin. Right?
Go on up
It's
here.
not about there being natural lubricant. It's just the way it moves.
Are you Are you cut?
No.
Okay. Well, okay. Shut up.
Hold on. Stop. I'm bisexual. I've been with guys that are cut, and I've been with guys that are uncut. Jerking off a cut dick is really fucking hard. You're trying to not hurt somebody. You're trying to make sure that it's lubricated enough to move your hand up and down. It's very difficult. But with an uncut guy, you grab it and you just go up and down, and it. Okay.
As long as their dick is not like 2 inches long, you can jerk their dick off exactly the same.
You need lubrication to do it, though.
No, you don't.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
You got people over there?
Yeah, exactly. You need lubrication to do it, but I don't know what else.
If you do use lubrication, it's not like it's a serious enough downside for it to outweigh the benefits.
Okay.
Either way.
Yeah, I don't know what else you wanna. I haven't heard a compelling medical argument yet to like lop off part of a child's dick yet.
I would just say that it's worth it not to prohibit it. That's the only argument I'm trying to make is anti-prohibition.
Okay, I'm pro-prohibition because I don't think we should violate a person's autonomy such that we're cutting off parts of their body without a compelling reason.
I don't actually care if my autonomy is violated and the only effects it has on me are like extremely positive and it has no negative downsides to me, then like what's the point of caring about bodily autonomy in that instance?
Okay. If you don't care about bodily autonomy, that's fine. But then you just start with that. What if I could show you that there were some benefits to female circumcision?
There aren't.
What if there
But,
were?
Survival bonus.
And it was like socially acceptable.
Long-range defense acquired.
Around it, like at least like not to the degree that it has now.
So what about like, for instance, like what if I don't know if this is the case, but what if
Un momento. There's a gold bar up here and I really want it.
Well, hold on. Are we doing reduced pleasure now?
Well, yeah.
You don't think that there's going to be a difference in sensation between like
Yeah. Yeah, because every single systemic analysis, has shown that that's not the case.
How can you have a dick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the head of your dick. Are you circumcised?
Yeah.
Okay, it's probably not that
Survival bonus.
Mobile assault acquired.
Can you? Okay, so I'm curious. Maybe different people that are uncut. Can you walk around all the time? Pull your foreskin all the way back and have your head just like going around in your underwear and shit. Does that feel comfortable for you? Is that uncomfortable? I'm curious for other uncut girls.
I mean, it might be uncomfortable. Like, it might be uncomfortable because you've been adjusted to having the foreskin around.
Exactly, but it's uncomfortable because
Right.
it's really sensitive. That would be unsensitive. I put
But
my
it's
foreskin.
not uncomfortable for cut people because we've had it.
Because your dick is so much.
Okay, hold on. Is there any evidence that like your skin is getting like fucking roughed up by being an underwear?
I've been with like 6 dudes before. I could be wrong, but when I see like a cut head dick versus uncut, yeah, it seems like a big difference. Like cut head dick is like it's dry and it's like juicy and harder, it's not hard, whereas an uncut is like pink and fresh and not like fucked up. And then it's like I might be fucking biased and I'm like different, but yeah, it does seem to be like significantly different. And I could be wrong. I feel like it works fine. But like yeah, I think there's a big difference.
I don't.
Personal supplies has arrived.
They were talking about circumcision as a whole. They say that there was the same level of sexual pleasure.
No, hold on. Hold on. We got wait. No, hold on. We can't. This is like this is an autism study thing. I don't know how you would quote unquote study like sexual pleasure. There's gonna be a lot of weird variables here. But I'm just asking. I hate to appeal to common sense, but if I talk to I think most uncut guys, and it seems like everyone in the chat was saying, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm extra sensitive. If I were to pull back my foreskin and walk around with the head of my
Let's go get those guys.
like bumping around like shit, it would be very uncomfortable. Very sensitive. Your dick is not feeling that. So that's uncomfortable.
those.
That shows
Spike
you
rate.
a lot more sensitivity. Now it might be the case that like if you got in like there are other parts
It's a
of your
SWAT.
dick that can be sensitive, of course, right? And you can still get off and it can come and have orgasms orgasms and all that as a guy who's cut. But to say that like, wow, there's a study that shows that the level of sensitivity is I don't know if that's true.
So I can tell you. So I have, there are ones that exist that kind of seem to describe more the experience that you and I would probably have if we were like circumcised now. So there's one that studies.
It's probably picking up one of his guys.
Sexuality. And it finds that there is a decrease in masturbatory pleasure and sexual. This is the type of. So it seems to be that there economy for
No, the way they do it is I assume the way they do it is like calculate exactly how long it takes to orgasm, and then they like. I don't exactly know how.
MP5 SD.
Down one of them. There you got the other guy. Good job.
No, I just think personally there's enough health benefits to compel me to say that it shouldn't be prohibited.
Health benefits were, one was age limitation is irrelevant. The second one was temporary inflammation of any. What are the
Airwalk acquired.
Statistically, what are the chances of melanitis? So we've got a temporary inflammation of bad eye stuff like that. And then the other thing was what? Possibly higher rates of STIs or STDs, which you can still contract by the way through cut, and which can all be cured with antibiotics generally. So
Yeah, it reduces infections and sexual diseases. That's
well, but you can still get them, right? Like my guess is
Yeah,
gonna be
of course
like
you can
so.
still
My
get
guess is gonna be that when you look at like chlamydia and gonorrhea, at least for chlamydia, your contraction rate is probably still around 34%. Because I think
I don't
that's
know about herpes, but I know that like syphilis or syphilis. I think is contingent.
okay. So what is the difference from what to what?
I don't know. I can't remember. Hold on, let me look at my stats.
It seems like the main difference here is that Will values the marginal improvements in like risk of certain diseases over what Destiny's talking about, which seems to be the changes to sexuality and the way that you have sexual interactions when you're circumcised or something.
Well, no, it's just like if a child wants to make that decision when they grow up, I think they should have the right to make that decision. But forcing that on a child is insane.
Yeah, the element of the news that there's personally, I'm agnostic on this issue, but that's what it seems to boil down to.
It said this study says that circumcision decreases human immunodeficiency virus acquisition by 53 to 60%, herpes simplex virus 2 acquisition by 28 to 34%, and human papillomavirus, HPV, okay, HPV by 32 to 35%. So they're pretty significant differences.
Well, so a decrease of like 30% means that you might go from like what, like 5
Call.
out of 100
Let's see
to
it.
like 3.5 out of 100.
I tagged him a lot. I'm chasing him.
Again, like these are all things that. Oh, I don't want to get this STD. I'm gonna fuck my dick off when there are like other ways to avoid those types of STDs. And also, are these stats all from Africa, where the STD environments are a lot different?
He's far.
Not all of them. No. Some of them are from North
Survival
Got 'em
bonus.
both.
Kill bonus.
balanitis thing. The complication rate is very low for balanitis. I know you said that already. In almost all cases, it resolves, and it resolves without any sequela, and it's very easy to treat. On the other side, the rate, the difference in one thing that was mentioned is that there's keratinization of the glands of the penis after circumcision. We used to think that. That's been called into question. There's data that has looked at autopsies of males that have been circumcised and uncircumcised, and they actually haven't found any difference in the keratinization of the glands of the penis. As far as...
I think it's best that we let the other team try to fight him for a sec.
Oh, okay. We should.
No, no, please. You had me. That was like a bad signal. Give
No.
up the
Let
giant
Abby
fallow.
finish. Let Abby finish his shit. Go. Sorry, Jen.
As far as the sensitivity goes, there's...
Flash is happening over here.
Some studies that have suggested there are some other considerations, of course. For example, how the partner feels. Some partners prefer having the foreskin there because...
Bro, I don't understand. One sec. I'm trying to get on top of this roof. They're still fighting, Care.
As far as the benefits go, you're mentioning relative risk. You want to put that in context of absolute risk for all of the things you mentioned, and yes, there are, as you mentioned, decreased rate of HIV.
Oh, he's fucking super lit up top. He dropped down. He dropped down. Sniper dropped down. GG's, bro.
In the rare but even those cases, it's, you know, and look, it's nothing. That's fine. It's nothing that needs to be treated. But the reduction is going to be in the context of, well, how likely am I to get that in the first place? And yes, across the board, there's going to be various different sexually transmitted infections that have a reduced risk of transmission. So it's not just the benefit. So if I were to steelman this argument, it's not just going to be HIV. It's not just going to be HPV. It's not just going to be balanitis. It's also like the risk of actually getting phimosis, which you treat with circumcision in some cases, is lower. The risk of other sexually transmitted infections, like trichomonas,
Things like trichomonas and like syphilis, these are like pretty rare overall, right? Like aren't gonorrhea and chlamydia generally the main ones? I mean, I guess
gonorrhea and chlamydia are going to be more likely. Trichomonas has about 1% for patients affected.
And this is gonna, and even for the more common ones, this is like you're one shot away from like being done with these. Like,
yeah, they're easily treated, and they have the other thing to add on, if I'm really trying to steelman it, is you also have to factor in the benefits to the people that these men are sleeping with. So it's not just the benefit to them themselves. It's also, you treated them, that's great, but what's the outcomes of them having sex with all those other people versus if they were circumcised versus not circumcised? That's going to be those are going to all go down across the board as well. Now that still might not justify, taking a part of someone's body away. You have to put that in the context of the risk. Now, one thing that was said correctly is the risk of death is very rare. Some risks were not acknowledged. So let's go through those. So local infections have a risk of about 0.06. The need for a repeat surgery is 0.03, and meatal stenosis, which is a complication where the opening of the penis.
Do I want to
that
just
urinates
relax and
is
do
has a
fucking
stricture.
TFT, or do I want to just keep
That's,
grinding duo
less than
fills with
0.1%.
randos?
And partial loss of the penis is.
I don't know. Interesting listen.
Is
I
another risk,
fucking
but that's
hate it.
Also pretty rare. So there are some risks.
It's not drama. I don't
But
want it.
anyway, I see you guys want to get to politics, but
Yes.
the
That's good.
ultimate, the ultimate thing here is you need to make a case why all of these benefits not only outweigh the risk, but also outweigh like someone's conception of their right to make an informed decision over whether they have this part of the body.
Right, which is impossible to quantify. But yeah, okay. Thank you.
I don't know if we do want to get to politics. I mean, I don't want to be
we do. We want to get to politics. We're all out.
dick.
Okay, done.
That was a good
Politics
pun.
time.
Whatever. Nobody appreciates my humor.
Oh, so
It's
wait,
fine.
say it again.
Well, I said I don't want to be a dick.
Oh, okay.
All right, whatever. That's fine. I guess we'll go to politics.
Good. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Bye. Good luck with the stream.
Be careful, babe.
Bye bye.
So, do we even want to get into how that tangent happened? Because I was not able to.
Oh, you've missed so much. Don't worry about it. We just do things on the Destiny stream. It's wild out here.
It's just a house of chaos.
Do you have the needle up? We live and die by the needle.
I do not. Not
Oh
yet.
my God.
I'm still trying to get my shit together. Normally, I'm off work at 4, but my boss, I guess, he sensed that this was a really big day for a politics geek, and he was like, "Let's have back-to-back meetings and milk every second out of it." So,
Gotcha. Have you ever met? Do you know IRI? Do you guys know each other or not at all?
I am familiar with him. He and I have never interacted, but I like him. Big fan. And I thought I saw Rose Wrist in here on your icon.
Rose is good, but he's a sweet cuck, so fuck that guy.
Well, Rose, man, nice to see you or meet you. I thought you retired.
You thought?
No.
Wait, you thought who retired?
Rose Wrist.
Oh no, he's gone. It's just you, me, and IRI.
Oh, he dipped?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Rose dipped after the penis conversation? He didn't stick around for politics?
That's all he was here for. Yep.
Wow. Hey, what's up, IRI? Big fan of you, too. Nice to meet you.
Hey, man. Nice to meet you. I caught the tail end of that conversation. Something about
You didn't miss anything, don't worry.
circumcision. Interesting.
Yeah.
You talk
I
about
think it's
black women's
fascinating.
issues and circumcision. Interesting.
No, that's what we do here. We just go all over the board, you know.
Hell yeah.
Well, how are we feeling today?
Well,
Not
listen,
good.
I saw you're going on Lauren Chen's show. You're going to be the token libtard. So
Yeah,
I
and I'm gonna
figured
try not to
maybe
lose
we
my
could help
fucking
get
mind.
you prepped.
I already lost my fucking
Yeah.
mind earlier today. I can't deal with the Trumples. Like I can do like when it's not time for voting, like I can usually be nice, try to be an understanding person and blah 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 blah. But like when it comes time to actually cast the vote, dude, I really do think like the Trumple people are like one of the biggest threats that America's faced in my lifetime. I think. I don't think we've ever had like so much a cancer from within with the desire to like destroy the republic as we have had in my lifetime at least. And it's crazy to me that to them, like on one end, it's like, okay, sure, maybe Trump is anti-democratic, but like, aren't Democrats talking about transing your children? Didn't you see that one article on Vox? And it's like, Jesus fuck, like kill me, holy shit.
Well, you know what's
and now-
interesting? The transing issue. So like one of the things that frustrates me, and I can't speak obviously for IRI, but I can't imagine that he would feel any differently, is it seems like Democrat advocates in the media, even like on social media, so like Midas Touch is a great example. We're so slow to the game to hit Republicans on the fact that
Hey, what's up, man?
like if you look at it, there are like
try it for a
1,000
back-to-backer.
documented cases, probably more registered Republicans who have either been credibly charged.
Oh, voter
excuse me,
fraud?
Say what?
Are we doing the voter fraud thing?
No, well, no, actually, well, that's a separate thing.
The
but
game
I
will
mean,
begin
like,
shortly.
Of sex crimes, right? And like, you know, indecent acts against children. Like, you had that GOP candidate who had to, you know, drop out of the race because the cops caught him masturbating near a preschool. You know, for every one instance you have of a Democrat doing that, you probably have like 5 to 10 of a Republican. So like that hashtag GOP groomers thing, like that finally came along. But I don't know, it killed me. That it took that long.
Well, I mean, this is starting to get pretty serious with the trans stuff. In Florida, the governing board turned doctors to do this is like the people has decided that no kids can other good news were like in the state of Utah, where the governor.
Sounds good.
Fire acquired.
Let's go warehouses. Yep. Probably gonna land right here and then see what's around us. We got one team with us in the warehouses area.
It might be. Ruminate, get it on, baby.
Yeah, one team. I'd say land close. One's in your warehouse. I'm gonna get a gun and head over.
But listen, what are you expecting tonight in this show? Because I feel like this is the best use of our time here to help you get prepared for the slugfest you're going into. Do you have any topics you want to brush up on or anything like that?
No way! I fucking actually double shot him and he doesn't die? That's wild.
Hold on.
What do you have?
Jesus,
Let
I
me
got
see.
so triggered today. I don't know what
The fuck? Oh my goodness, bro. Maybe I need an ADS next time. Maybe that's better. I didn't have a choke either.
Esoteric fucking culture wars.
I would have
Like
bet
Elon Musk owning Twitter
fucking money that would have won
That's what
the
it feels like
trade
Republicans are
at that
essentially. And
range,
it's
jumping
something
towards each
inflation.
other.
I don't know what their plans are or anything,
But
yeah, you can tell me what do you think.
Yeah, they're going to tell you that crime is out of control, and that's all which you expect by saying, listen, we are trying
I would have
to
bet
address crime,
money
gun
though that
reform,
double
trying to
that
bring down gun
uncommon
violence. We're the
fucking
ones who got
SP
gun reform on a national
down
level
him.
for the first time in 30 years. $750 million going to
But
support
I
red
was
laws
wrong.
in
I should have
states,
maybe.
things like that. And then they're also going to pound you on inflation and say it's Biden's fault, and you can say to them, you know, it's a worldwide problem, and show me how Biden has contributed to this. And there's conservative governments like the United Kingdom that have 10% inflation, doing way
With
worse.
three back-to-back conservative PMs, to his point. So you had Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, and now Rishi Sunak, and they're 2 percentage points higher, and also a G7 advanced economy. So,
Yeah,
What do you think?
and this
So
is what GOP wants to do.
people are gonna bring up things
What
like
up?
Biden should allow us to drill on like federal lands or whatever. Have you ever heard us talking about this before?
yeah, but he granted I think they're sitting on 9,000 federally approved permits, which is like 12 million acres, and that's federal land, right? So I understand, again, IRI correct me here, but public land, which is the land that the federal government controls, that's actually the smallest amount. That's the most of the property, most of the land mass in the United States is controlled by the states for private citizens. And so public land is like the smallest pot, and Biden has granted them between Biden and Trump 12 million acres and like 9 million just offshore acres. So
Are they drilling on
that's
it?
a lot. Say what?
Are they drilling on it?
No, that's the problem. So they made the bid, they got the lease, and then the final step was the permit process. And for the permit process, you gotta like fill out like a survey. So like these oil companies, like they are not only bidding on the land, but they have to do all the homework to find out whether or not the land is producible. And so they do all this effort, they fill out the application, they pay a $10,000 fee. The permits are then granted and rejected by the federal government. And then, as far as the government is concerned, you can drill. But these companies are choosing not to because they're reinvesting
The game will begin
all
shortly.
profits back to the, payouts and buybacks.
Yeah, they're going to tell you that Biden's looking at Keystone XL pipeline.
That was dead. That was dead under Obama. I'm pretty sure the Keystone XL pipeline was dead under Obama, wasn't it? Before Trump came into office.
Hang on, one of your chatters, real quick. I'm so sorry, this triggers the fuck out of me. So one of your chatters says they aren't drilling because they don't expect oil to be a really long-term investment. We have the transcripts from the C-suite on BP, Exxon, Chevron, and they're flat out saying instead of investing in oil in additional production, they're simply reinvesting those funds elsewhere for their shareholders. Like that's it. Nowhere has it been said that, hey, we think oil is going the way of the dodo, so we're choosing.
Well, no,
to
wait, real quick.
supply them.
From an economic point of view, that's the same thing. Because basically you've got two things you can do with money in your business. You can either spend that money as part of your business and make more money, or you can say,
Rapid fire acquired.
Let's go 1. I want to go PD. I'm gonna land roof on it. If you want to land roof, you can. Otherwise, you can just go on the bottom and we can loot from top to bottom, bottom to top. I'm gonna land on this side.
Assume the risk, then Biden does share some culpability because he was scaring the hell out of them on the campaign trail.
Yeah, but I feel like the issue is that, like, just worldwide, like, people are, whether Republicans want to, you know, people are to transition to green energy. China's made huge investments in green energy, and it's not like they're doing it because they're fucking.
I don't think anybody else landed up top.
They don't want to get brownie points from Chipotle's or something, you know? Like, China's doing it because they can see that that probably is the future of energy. But here's just a quick question, real quick, and then I have a question for you guys, because I've been looking, like, the cost of gas in here in Florida. It seems like it's largely going back to where it was before. I think I saw $2.97 per gallon here in Florida. Is it that much higher than it was a year ago, or?
It's definitely gone down quite a bit. That's why people aren't talking about it as much. But you can just tell them we are on pace to set a record for oil production next year, blowing even what Trump said. And we are energy independent. They'll talk about we need to be energy independent. We technically are, by the definition, producing more than we consume. But you're right. The long-term strategy is not to invest billions of dollars in new wells. They're sitting on the leases. They'll tell you that it's a little more complicated, as Luminate said, which is true. You need to get like air permits and water permits and all that. It takes time. But for them, it's not worth it to drill on something that's going to be gone in a couple decades. Why would they invest their energy in that? But to really become energy independent, to stop having to mess around in foreign countries, we should be investing in solar and wind and nuclear, on and on. So that's why Biden is putting so much money into that. You can bring up $370 billion, the Inflation Reduction Act that Biden's investing to make us truly independent and not have to deal with these crazy countries like Saudi Arabia ever again.
What
and there
can
was
you
money for nuclear.
Survival bonus.
Real quick, in the Inflation Reduction Act,
Global assault acquired.
Well, $370 billion to fight bad climate change ever, and it makes the
UMP upgrade acquired.
Reduction, cost of Medicare by capping the price at $2,000. Some people are paying even more than that per year. So you're talking like $1,000 for a senior per year. That's a lot of money. That's another trip to Vegas to have a good time with the old ladies. You know? Also, Medicare is going to be able to negotiate drug prices. A limited set of drugs. But yeah, I think that's a big deal. That's how we're bringing down
well,
the
but I'm
cost.
curious, how is that fighting inflation, though?
Well, because, I mean, if you cap the cost for people at $2,000 per year, save some money. They'll tell you, yeah, that's not going to happen for a while. They're like, okay, well, these are as
Survival bonus.
well, that's going to
Downstairs one. I'm healing. I downed one of his guys. I don't know where he was from, but
combating inflation is forgiving us student loans. If they would stop suing us and allow that to go through, you're talking a couple $100 for some people. That's a big deal. Per month, a couple $100 per month.
Also the.
got him.
First blood.
Shoot and run acquired.
Yeah, so Biden is having the DOJ look into
don't know where his teammate went.
looked into right now, but we're ready to pull the trigger
Oh,
on
his
the
teammate's over
student
here.
loan forgiveness. It's just the government's being sued, and so some lawsuits are going through right now, but they're quickly getting tossed. But yeah, Trump could have easily done that. So Trump could have got the bipartisan.
Lacerating rounds acquired.
He made three promises in 4 years. He made it 10. And I took Biden less than 1. When people want to talk about, you know, Trump's business savvy and the fact that he's such a superior negotiator, it took Biden less than 1/4 of the time to get a deal that Trump sought for 4. So it's just.
I think that's probably emotionally the hardest one for me. When people call Trump like a good businessman, he is so bad that I like lose my shit. I got into discriminate with my chat earlier about it. Like he couldn't bring anybody together in any legislation. He constantly blamed every single person.
Long range defense acquired.
Sends me up the wall so fucking much. Oh, he's a businessman.
Dude, the people that you'll be facing on the stands.
All of them. But they're all gonna say, I don't support Trump, but that's how they all work. They're all such fucking pussies. I hate it. It's so cringe. Like, dude, I'll ride with Biden till I die. And these people are like, well, I'm not like the biggest Trump supporter, but every single Trump talking point. Every fucking time it happens. God, it's so irritating.
Please go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to think what other things they'll bring up, but I think crime's going to be a big thing for them too, saying that people are too scared to go outside, and you can bring up that the capital rate is higher,
Considerably
than
higher.
Republican states.
Yeah, 8 out of 10 of the leading crime-ridden states are all very.
Like Illinois is that's a Illinois must be that state, right? But
Got him.
There's gotta be
Kill
like,
bonus.
there's gotta be red states with blue cities that have high crime.
Well, let's take a look.
Or take a look, maybe. If not, then fucking
take a
go.
look.
Yeah.
I feel like, while we're talking, I feel like criminologically, right, that crime is correlated with population, right? I assume that that's the case, that generally speaking, the higher population density, or the greater the population, generally speaking, in the numbers, you see more crime. So to me, it says something that if that is true, the fact that red states, are still per capita, like IRI said, more crime-ridden. I feel like that at least may not refute their argument that hey, blue cities have more crime, generally speaking, than the holler, but you got to again look at the per capita rate that scientists put more emphasis on.
Sure, maybe. I guess those arguments are really hairy, and I feel like you can dance around them.
Got it. Head over that way.
I could be wrong, but I feel like I read something recently that said that Chicago is not even in the top 10 violent crime cities when you do the per capita. But people are going to point out that's because Chicago's population is so high. There's non-violent parts.
Guy on me, in between us.
Basically.
Yep.
So yeah, so I'm looking here, top 10 murder rates.
His teammate is up the hill. Yep, he's live right there. Got him.
Wait, link me that.
Coming over to you, yep.
Well, here's what they'll say, Jesse, they'll say the reason why crime is higher in blue cities is because of aggressive policies like no cash bail. And you can push back on that and say, well, the entire state of Alaska got rid of cash bail in 2018. Why don't we ever talk about the woke state of Alaska? They never want to talk about other areas that got
Getting a lot of attention over here.
Cash bail is just getting people back in their communities. It's not used for violent crime. If you get charged with murder, you're innocent until proven guilty, but you're not getting.
I don't know where this guy went.
With no cash, just because there's no cash.
Yeah, right down in the field. Oh no, he's right by the car. By you.
Get back in the community, can go to work, and not lose their job because that's what causes more crime. You have to sit in jail because you can't afford $500 bail.
Isn't that something that was pointed out to again conservatives when they would discuss the per capita crime rate among African Americans, with the fact that there's at least some attribution to the fact that so many of these households were fatherless or whatnot. There were so many households where the fathers were
Survival
in prison,
bonus.
that was one of the reasons reasons why you saw like the ongoing.
Bulletproof shield
What has he
acquired.
got? Oh no.
Yeah, people can't afford
Okay.
to.
I don't need any of that. I'm going this way.
Yeah, cash bail in the United States is
Yeah, but they're pointing to it. They're using it right now. You know, other funny thing is, and he's running on crime. So if crime isn't the governor's responsibility, why are they putting help in focus on it? It's all state in the race there. Just running ads of people getting punched in the face on the subway all day long.
Doesn't look like these were looted at all.
That's what they're gonna fight.
Personal supplies has arrived.
I do think that some of the progressive DAs in a couple of states, I know what happened in California.
Survival bonus.
In northern, I think it might have been San Francisco DA.
Tactical slide acquired.
And I think a lot of them got kicked out and were very electorally unpopular. And it got a lot of Democrat people running and talking about like being tough on progressives.
Hey, FYI, looking at this link here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make that link I sent you the abstract in it, and I'm just doing like a control F for CIT for cities in general, just to see what it says in past versus states. But
I'm maxed out now.
in the abstract says, but despite a media
That
narrative,
was the last one I
contrary,
needed.
this is a problem that afflicts Republican cities and states as much or more than Democratic bastions. So definitely there's something in this super long article
Going for my personal.
that provides ammunition. When you talk to whoever you said that somebody triggered the fuck out of you today, what were some of the things that they said about Trump? Because I'm sure those will also be talking points that.
I could say
Shannon-
Trump attacking the electoral integrity of the country is one of my biggest fears.
Yep. Well, that erodes trust in the government, period. Then people don't use warnings to get out of the way of a hurricane, and like what happened in Florida, people just sit in their homes and they get killed, you know? So it's dangerous for a lot of reasons to not trust government.
It's just, it's absolutely, and he still did it. I think last night it was he's still crying about this story.
Well, every political commentator, like professional or otherwise, has commented that's part of the reason
On my
why
way.
they wanted Trump to kind of take a peripheral role during this election cycle, because they were worried he was going to spend more time litigating 2020, and you know,
Got it.
instead of like focusing on hitting Biden or perceived Biden. The thing about the institutions, though, that pisses me off is that it seems like the Trump stance will argue kind of both sides of their mouth on this. They'll say, on the one hand, we revere the founding fathers and you know, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and this framework that they set up. And on the one hand, they've like fully embraced, or at least tolerated.
Are they still in the house?
GOP becoming a cult in service
Got
of
it.
a man who is the antithesis of everything the founding fathers stood for. Like people talk about like originalism and appealing to what were the founding fathers. Does anyone seriously think that George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, all those people would have gone, hey, this dude loses the election both in terms of the popular vote and the electoral college vote. Should he be under pressure of his vice president and just
There's guys over here. I don't see the guy on your ping at all. Yep, he's over there. I saw one
Like that's the thing that
in the back of the house.
like there's no expectation of consistency. Trump stance.
On top of the building. I'm gonna get a nasty flank on him. Just don't get shot.
You can't, because they'll just like, oh, well, I don't really support Trump like that, but I don't even like Trump. I just like his message. Like, they always repeat the same like fucking bullshit. They are so cocked and tepid in their defense of Trump. But like, when they're in closed doors, they've got the knee pads out and they're fucking filleting the fuck.
Oh, there's another team coming to third party care. Just take a sec. Wait a second. Just hold.
But they act totally different when they're on their own.
So they'll dissemble then?
Yeah, of course, yeah. They'll just say like, oh yeah.
Got this guy. That was a wipe. Double wipe. I got double bags. Just be careful of everyone else coming.
Good questions, but the obvious one, I mean, it may not be obvious, I may be completely wrong about this, but to me, intellectually, it seems like this is the big gotcha. Like, okay, you ask all these questions, they either don't seem to care about it, or they support it, or they're indifferent to it, whatever. But then you ask them, okay, picture this. It's January 20th. Barack Obama lost his re-election bid. Mitt Romney won. And instead of
Dude, I have so much shit. God, dude. This direction, oh. And on top. He's behind the fucking rock. I have ulti in 2 seconds. I'm about to fucking pub stomp this kid. One's on the roof.
Penske. I don't think anybody else. There's no foundation. Yeah, sorry. Under oath, yeah.
One dropped off.
That was my favorite shit about Julian. He had a lot of shit to say.
Oh. They ultied? Just wait the ulti out?
Well, yeah, I think you pointed that out, that it's different when, there's like the threat of perjury involved.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, when you
The Gatlin Soldier was low.
Rosenthal, I think was his name. He said it best when Jim Jordan was asking him, well, what about reports in the media about people doing this and that? And his response was, listen, if you want to talk to them,
I don't know if they're
bring them
inside
up
or
here and
not.
put them under oath. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Why would you make a motherfucker under oath try to answer for people that aren't otherwise? That's bullshit. And yeah, and the refusal of a lot of these guys to go under oath to answer many questions, while Trump himself has said shit on the trail like, well, even if you're under investigation by the FBI, that in and of itself is fuck you, dude. Oh god, it's so crazy. How many hours was Hillary under oath for the Benghazi shit?
16.
How many depositions did she do for the email shit, right?
He could have just ran out.
How many has Trump gone under oath a single time for anything relating to his?
I don't see him at all.
Like the double standard is unbelievable. Do you understand? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like 2 separate realities.
I think they took off in the field. I'm gonna get ahead of them. Hold up.
January 6th committee gave him an extension. I thought they issued a subpoena to Trump at the very
I don't see anybody in this field. Care behind you.
Could you imagine if the documents thing had happened at Obama's fucking personal house? It just happened with the FBI fucking raided and seized.
Getting nuked right here.
Can you imagine? Like, can you? There's a
On one, might be them.
Could you imagine if Obama had not been in the United States and like 2 ex-fucking wives and just paid like porn stars and fucked them to find his wives back? Like, could you imagine if he imported a wife from fucking Eastern Europe and married her and was doing her? Could you imagine if his fucking son-in-law, Obama's son-in-law, all these people were not?
But I am not seeing them at all.
Oh fuck! It would be unbelievable, right?
Oh shit, they're up top. Care. I cannot help you.
But Trump did all of it. Like people accuse like Hillary Clinton and all these people of like having their families in bed with the government because
I cannot help you right now. I don't have an angle. Good shit. I don't even see this kid. There's a guy like right here, I think.
I think I'm sorry, did they ban
This fucking shit hurts, bro. Definitely you guys close.
Number one, obviously you don't give a shit about Hunter Biden, so it should be easy for you to be like, look, dude committed a crime, bring charges if he's, if the case can be made to.
Well, hold on, wait.
Need to go push these guys? Right over this reg.
Biden is that he was working with like Joe Biden to like destabilize.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever he's guilty of,
This house? Lit. Rebuilding. It's a firearm. Careful. One more some.
Allowed those investigations into his own son
He's in the gas.
to continue, which I would argue is a superhuman act of integrity in this political.
He's hurt going out of the far side. Got him. Good job. We have 4 teams left. Unknown. I thought there was one more near our houses. Could be a raise too.
He didn't. He allowed a Trump-appointed official to continue investigating his son in this divisive political climate.
I don't have many power bars left. By 2? Let's go to 2.
The guy that was fucking firing anybody he fucking could.
They have zone. Just hold this hill. Oh no! On the right! On the right! On the right! Live! 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 Down one. Other side of the fence, one. Last guy. I'm healing. He's gonna res. I have nothing for that. They're gonna be on our side of the fence. Yep. Up, still by the pipe, your side. Good shit, good shit. Remember, still by 2. There were teams. Might be making our way over, okay? I'm gonna grab some heals really quick.
But pun intended, the jury still asks whether or not that hard drive is fully raised.
Everything I've seen from that laptop just makes me like
2 teams left. Probably the victors over by 2 of this house. Yep, they're about to start crossing actually. We saw them.
Dude,
At least I didn't, but
Wasn't that a thing that got your ass in trouble, Destiny? As somebody like flashed some photos of Hunter Biden on something?
I don't know where the last team. Oh, the last team's on the very far right. The other team's over by 1. I'm gonna try and kill team 1. Because they have the best spot right now. I'm gonna wait for you to cross to start pushing.
You think there's gonna be a lot of mail-in voting here like there was last year?
Yeah, more people are using it nowadays. A lot more people engaged in early voting, and a lot more people are.
But is it going to be as dramatic as it was on presidential nights? Is it going to be as dramatic as it was on presidential election night in 2020?
Over to the left. Right here. Yep. Got him. Last team by Barn. Oh, GG's, bro. Easy, bro. Yeah, that's right. Shuby, we know it. We know it. That's a back-to-backer, bro. Oh, not really. 'Cause we fucked up. But that's still a good fucking game.
The FBI director replaced James Comey after he wasn't deemed loyal enough partisan when it comes to the DOJ and trying to let them do their thing.
It's never enough.
What
It's-
is
yeah.
Would you two argue with Trumpers on the sheer number of people in Trump's orbit who have either called him an
Arrested?
idiot or
Oh.
like what's their what is their
It's always like
rationale?
deep state cope. It's always like, oh, these people were turned by the deep state or by the Mossad Jews or by whatever. There's always cope.
Damn.
Unless you've heard any good, I don't know. Can you like,
No,
but, like
no,
Barr
I
is
mean,
one
I'm
of the
just-
fiercest fucking Trump defenders coming up, and even Barr just rebuked almost everything that Trump said about election fraud, about the voting machines.
Yes.
Like I don't know how a Trumple can possibly defend the fact that almost every single person in Trump's close circle has like either betrayed him or turned their back on him, or Trump has turned their back on them. Like you tell me, what Republican talking points have you heard?
No, I mean like it's usually like the equivalent of jangling your car keys, or they'll say they're rhinos obviously, or they couldn't control him, that shit. But I didn't know if you two had heard differently, because you probably have, outside of Twitter, I don't really have like intense arguments with Trumpers except people in my family and my social circle, and it's just cult shit. But I assume that people like, again, Lauren Chan, Lauren Southern, actual justice warrior, that they probably have more sophisticated arguments than,
None of them. I
Okay.
guarantee you, none of them tonight. I hope I'm wrong, but I guarantee you, none of them will try to defend Trump. They never do. They never do. Or maybe they will before I get there, and they'll be like, "Oh, Trump's
Well-
not perfect," but we'll see.
And this is why I was saying that I think Ron DeSantis is the heir apparent, and he's starting to take up a lot more oxygen in the room. And Trump is getting a little scared, starting to give him nicknames and such. So I think they're starting to get behind him, because he's more focused on the future, where Trump just keeps airing his past grievances over and over
Such
and
a
over.
crybaby, yeah.
What was the
Yeah.
nickname? Something
Ron DeSanctimonious.
DeSanctimonious. Yeah,
Jesus.
that's interesting. Interesting.
Was that from Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
that
just came up with that one.
That was the most complex multi-syllable word he has ever used in his entire fucking life, too. So, got to give him
That's a
credit.
pretty good one.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit. It's pretty funny. But Ron DeSantis is trying to win re-election as governor in Florida, so he can't really talk about running for president yet. But that's about to end tonight. He'll probably win, and then he'll enter the arena and let those two fight all day long.
Dude, did you watch the Charlie Crist debate with DeSantis, where he like flat out asked? He goes, "Hey, Ron, look at the camera, look at everybody in this room, and tell them you intend to serve a full 4-year second term as governor if you win re-election."
PPSH 41 up. Rapid fire of lacerating rat. Ultimate acquired. Bulletproof shield. Airwalk of tactical slot. Shoot and run acquired.
Pretty sad at the same time, but
No, but I would vote for him if he was in a medically induced coma.
Enemy down. Kill confirmed.
In this
Enemy down.
communicative skill,
Kill confirmed.
Purple Walker's a shield speaker. At least better than to say cognitive impairment, hearing or auditory processing issues.
Wait, I gotta hear the argument though from Destiny. Do you think that
Enemy down.
at this point, I go with like
stroke. But
I
what
think the big
skills of
thing
debate do you
that I think the big thing that people on the right are gonna say, because I've heard them say this before, is they're worried about like shadow candidates. Like people right now are worried that like Kamala Harris is actually the one running the government, right? Because of Biden's thing. So they're gonna say with him that like, oh, there's gonna be like a secret like candidate that's actually running things behind the scenes or whatever. Like that's what people are gonna accuse.
I got you. Well, then I
Your
would point to
chat
Herschel
is-
Walker and say, what do you think that guy's? I wouldn't trust that guy driving the car. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I think he can be trusted to drive a car. It's just like it takes him automatically to the nearest abortion clinic. So,
Jesus,
based on his past history.
Christ. Okay. Well.
True though, kind of true. Like if you look at his
Listen, we-
Waze app, like the first thing that pops up after maybe the gym is a place called the Coat Hanger or something like that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Listen, that was the past. Okay, leave Herschel alone.
It was the past
no
like
proof of
3
it.
or 4 or 5 times.
Damn.
It was a lot. That was a lot of past. That was.
We've all got
The funniest
histories,
thing is
okay?
one of those women claiming that she had an abortion ended up having a kid with him later. So he's calling one of the mothers of his children a liar. National television. It's pretty cold, man.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's the party of family values right there. Like there's so much family values. Just breathe it in.
But listen,
Your chat.
we may have.
I'm sorry,
may
Desi.
have
Your
to-
chat is like freaking out about Biden. They're like, "Have you guys listened to Biden? Biden's a shitty speaker." Blah blah blah. Like, because we're making fun of Trump and whatnot. I'm sorry. I know Biden is a gaffe machine. I get it. He has cringe moments. But Biden, at his best, even now, can deliver a speech infinitely better than bigly monotone. You know,
Dude, Trump's
tremendous
teleprompter
guys.
speech last night was pretty rough. Oof, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
But also you have to keep in mind you're a little biased in a lot of what you say, because a lot of the shit that you say that sounds stupid, like Republicans eat that shit up. They love it. They love the bigly shit. They love him sounding like a high functioning like Down syndrome person. Like that's cool for them. They enjoy it. There was a challenge that I gave at I think near like the beginning of his presidency that nobody ever rose to. Nobody was able to do this. I said that I'd give like $100 or whatever. Somebody could show me one clip of Trump talking about anything in the 4 years as president where he sounds intelligent, just one clip, and I'd give him $100. I just wanted to see one example of it, not a single example. Every single time he speaks, he sounds like a fucking moron. He doesn't sound insightful or intelligent. And the embarrassing moment for me was as an American, especially as things were unraveling still across Syria and then also across Ukraine, was listening to other world leaders talk about geopolitical events, especially Putin. It was embarrassing to go to listening to somebody like Vladimir Putin talking about geopolitical affairs to a buffoon like Donald Trump. It was embarrassing. As an
Well,
American
I'm
to hear
about
that.
to send you my PayPal information because I'm gonna collect on that 100, and
Oh,
I don't
yeah?
even like Trump.
Oh,
and I'll
yeah,
tell
what would you
why.
give me? Yeah.
Okay, are you ready? Do you remember that Chris Wallace interview where he showed like the results of his IQ test or his like aptitude test? No. Hey, wait.
ahead.
He correctly identified chair and TV and. I
Oh,
think it
you
was,
mean
like,
the
third-
neurological
Yes, thank you,
aptitude
that-
one?
Yeah.
He took a
Like,
test to show that he wasn't fucking like psychotic or whatever. Oh my god.
I will always tell people that I thought Trump's pretty funny and he can crack a joke and
He
and
can.
he's pretty charismatic. You know, I'll cede that ground for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and listen, I wish if Biden was 10 years younger, he'd be killing it. But
For
he
sure.
is what it is. But I think people just see clips, they see the worst of the worst. But Biden's fine, man. He stumbles on a word here or there, but everybody does. He's just an old dude, but I think he's doing just fine, man. It's overblown for sure.
See, the charisma thing, I mean, I know, okay, obviously, by definition, right, in terms of the support that Trump enjoys from his cult, he's
Mhm.
clearly charismatic, right? But, you know, obviously, you think about it, and if you're like a history or pop culture buff, you know, you're thinking like the great speeches in recorded history. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, the I Have a Dream speech. Even,
He's no
even
Martin
Bill
Luther
Clinton.
King. He's no
Right.
Sure, yeah.
Right. So
Mhm.
it's interesting though, because I'll be honest with you, I struggled with that one for the longest time. I'm like, Trump is charismatic, really? Because his delivery is not, even as far as Republicans are concerned, like not particularly polished or
Fuck.
you
Even in
know,
the election he's
whatever.
running, and compare him to like an orator like Cruz or even fucking Rubio. Yeah, like Trump next to Cruz, Trump sounded like a high school dropout. right?
Right.
Whether you like or dislike Ted Cruz, he's a smart guy, and he sounds like a smart guy when he speaks. And yeah, Trump sounds like a literal high school dropout. But again, they don't want to hear like for Republicans, like being smart is like makes you a fucking loser. Like unironically, like these guys value the fact that Trump sounds like a fucking kindergartner because he speaks to them on their level, right? They hear it and they're like, oh, that's one of us, even though this guy's a fucking billionaire real estate developer that was born into money from New York fucking City. Like
that was Democrat. Then
yeah, his whole life, yeah.
Yeah. Then Republican. Buddies with the Clintons.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, somebody threw a White Claw at Ted Cruz yesterday. He was
That's
at
a waste.
Vector of rapid fire of lacerating rounds of ultimate acquired. Airwalk of tactical slide of shoot and run acquired.
Okay, and then I got most conservative, with whom I'm familiar in my personal life, they're also very religious, right? And so, like, I don't know about Southern and Chin and actual justice warrior and people like that, but what about the standards of these? Take family values.
Kill confirmed. Target down. Kill. Target down. Kill. Enemy down. Target down.
Like she cried when she told me how horrible that was. And with Trump, she said, well, you know, Stevie, boys will be boys. They say things in locker rooms. What are you going to say? It was unbelievable to me. I couldn't believe the change in demeanor. Like, it's brain rot all the way down. There's nothing to be said about it. Decorum,
The
demeanor,
access
family
Hollywood
values,
build that.
Christianity, like none of it fucking matters to you. But I don't know if it ever did. That's another thing too. I don't know if they truly ever cared. You remember when Trump held up the nerve of this fucking loser? He held up the two most important books to him on the campaign trail. It was the Bible was number one, and then a close second was like The Art of the Deal. And then when he went on TV and he was asked by those pastors, what's your favorite verse? All of them. I can't pick one. Oh my god, dude.
Yes, that's so crazy. Like,
Cringe.
and what was funny was because the clip I'm thinking of, it was a televised like Christian convention somewhere in like Texas, and I think what was hilarious was I think the person asking legitimately thought that Trump would be able to answer the
Yeah, of
question.
course. They're not there to make him look bad. That's their guy.
Right. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a CNN gotcha, right? So they were like, oh, you know, because I can't remember if it was during the campaign or it was after he was elected. But you know, oh, Mr. Trump, you know, I know you're such a enthusiast of the Lord. What's your favorite? What is your favorite passage? And he's like, well, you know, it's listen, the whole book is tremendous, guys. It's just, you know, it's just fabulous. Nobody knows more of the Bible, believe me. And then he was also asked on television, what's a time that you've had to ask God for forgiveness? And he just like straight up, he's like, I've never had to do that. You know, I've never had to ask for forgiveness. Can you imagine
if Obama or anybody, there are so many things where it's like, I wish I could see Obama doing this. I wish I could see it. I just want to see the reaction. It would just be so great.
Obama's been on the campaign trail for these midterm candidates, just killing it. It's been awesome to see him come back. A lot of great clips out there of him. But yeah, I agree. If Obama did half this stuff, they would lose their minds for sure.
A single thing, yeah. Nobody talks about that. It's like, well, no, people did talk about that, but it's kind of like one of those more subtle aspects of racism in the U.S. Like, it was so important that Obama's family life was perfect. Everything about that man's life had to be perfect. And they still made fun of him for some things, for Michelle Obama looking like a man or whatever dumb shit Republicans said. But like, dude, if any part of that guy's personal life would have been fucked up, we wouldn't have heard the fucking end of it. Holy shit.
I think it's because
birth
they knew that
certificate?
Michelle Obama would like be able to suplex most of the Republican Party, just like beat the brakes off them pretty effortlessly. If it came down to it, if she had to square up,
Hold on.
she would do that.
I'm sorry. Destiny, so not liking all of the Bible is a bad answer? Come on, dude. Picking one passage is hard for most people of faith. Like, this is the level of, like, Trump supporters, okay? That's the level of Trump supporters in my chat, right? I don't know what I could say to a person like that. Like, I don't know what I could possibly say to turn that person's mind. Are you saying you don't love all of the Bible, Destiny? Like, Jesus Christ. Give me a break, dude.
Nobody's asking for a book report on it. Like, even like if you just bullshit, like, you know, like the first, let there be light or whatever, like even something like that, like a sufficiently skilled improviser would be like, you know, I'm just a big fan of like illuminating darkness into things. So like, let there be light is just like so important to me. Like, it's so profound when you think about it. Like
Sure.
something stupid like that. And instead, he's like, oh well, I mean, they're all
so
picked.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ.
Destiny actually knows nothing about Christianity. LOL.
True. Not like Donald
but
Trump,
Destiny's not-
Mr. Seventh
Yeah,
Marriage, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. fucking porn stars and paying them to shut the fuck up about it. Mr. doesn't take responsibility or accountability for anything. Yeah.
Destiny's not running on like the conservative ticket for president either. I'm sure if he was, he would memorize one verse and be like,
Yeah,
"That's
for
my
sure.
favorite."
Yep.
It's not that hard. But
I'm just trying to like imagine a reinterpretation of scripture, but like with
Donald
Destiny lingo, so like throwing based in there and
True.
true instead of instead of like I am the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus shouts out true, and then that's the end of it. That'd be beautiful. I could see it.
I thought it was funny, like Trump never even pretended to go to church. He didn't even try to appear like he gave a shit. He just said it once in a while, held up the Bible upside down or something. But nobody gave him grief at all. Like, does this guy ever go to church? And nobody ever asked. Nobody ever cared.
I guess in some ways, I think that's probably going to be somewhat of a positive. That like Republicans are going to have to fight on other ground now because it can't be family values. It can't be. They can't possibly pretend to give a fuck
No.
about shit like that anymore, right?
Dude, no, they don't care at all. Like, look at Herschel Walker. He's like, I am so pro-life, and they're like, yeah, but you had abortions. He's like, that's not true. That never happened.
Well, the
They don't
abortion thing,
care. They
that's
still
that's
claim
always
it.
been a Republican thing. The only moral abortion is my abortion. There's a name for that meme. But like with the Donald Trump shit, like it can't. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, you're right. No, they have no chance. Maybe they will.
Yeah, he doesn't care at all. He really doesn't care. Trust me. He's gonna start saying that God talks to him directly soon. Just watch.
Yeah, maybe, dude.
He's making a huge announcement on next Tuesday. People are saying he's gonna announce running for president, but we'll see. I don't know.
What the hell happened? I didn't get to see that. So he scheduled an announcement to announce a subsequent, like what was it? Was it a rally or was it like a
Well-
specifically to make something?
No, in true Trump fashion, 24 hours before the midterms, he took attention away from the candidates that desperately needed it by leaking that he might announce a run for president at last night's rally in Ohio. I heard Lycan talking about J.D. Vance, the Republican candidate, versus Tim Ryan. It was at a rally for J.D. Vance, the Republican candidate in Ohio. It was a tease that he was going to announce, so everybody was tuned in. But then he just said, "Well, I'm going to make a big announcement next Tuesday at Mar-a-Lago." So
Thanks,
that's what-
Trump.
Yep. Good job, Trump. Idiot.
Wait, I'm sorry, because I was reading chat too. Did he said where he was gonna make the announcement or just when?
Yes. He said where? He said Mar-a-Lago next Tuesday.
I see. I guess I was hoping for like a reprise of Rudy Giuliani as the chief scheduler, location picker, the scout, another like Four Seasons gas station.
I can't
and
even believe
landscaping.
that. I can't believe that's that. How many people okay that? It must be just one or two. That's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to me that happened. There are so many unbelievable things.
Dude, people are going to read about this time in history 50 years from now and just be like, wow, that was wild. Those guys lived through that. I really do think this is one of those moments in our nation's history that will be reflected upon for years. And we don't even know the half of it yet.
We don't know what history's gonna be yet. Yeah. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. They're going to charge him. I really do think they're getting close. They gave one of his close advisors partial immunity about the documents and him declassifying them and such. So
That's
I think it's starting to
Meadows?
heat up.
Was that Mark
no,
Meadows?
it was Cash Patel.
Oh shit, Patel might be flipping on him. That guy was.
He
like
already
the
spoke to the. He spoke to the grand jury.
No. Oh wow. He was like the slimiest one out of all of them, in my opinion. Like just like this up-jumped, ruthlessly opportunistic guy. Like he was like some like senator's aide or something like that, congressional aide, and then he like somehow got involved in national security and then became
Devin
a special
Nunes.
advisor. Wow.
He was an aide to Devin Nunes, who was a real creep back in the first part of Trump's presidency. But yeah, he was going to be possibly CIA director. Trump was talking about kicking out Gina Haspel after he lost the election and really coming up with some crazy scheme and putting that cash guy in. Chose not to do that eventually. But this guy said that Trump declassified everything. And so the FBI was like, okay, we'll give you partial immunity. You want to come testify about that?
The weird thing too is that if Trump could theoretically declassify everything, if we're gonna say that that's the case without speaking, Biden could theoretically just reclassify everything, right? What, the utterance of a word, like.
and retroactively.
Yeah,
do it.
it's like it's like so stupid. Like that argument was so. Again, could you imagine fucking Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama saying something like that? Oh, like, oh yeah, we just declassified everything before we took it onto Hillary Clinton's email server. Like, couldn't she make the same argument? That like, oh no,
No, I don't
Obama just
think she
declassified everything. So like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, Obama could.
No, but she can say Obama did it for it, right? Because they're in bed together, of course. They all work the same. But like theoretically, if the Republicans want to go that route, that like, oh well, Trump declassified everything. Okay, well fine, then Obama declassified everything. Hillary did nothing wrong. Like, boom, there you go.
I think not only should we reclassify things, but I think it's really important to say it's retroactive. Because it's like, listen, not only can I classify and declassify things with my brain, but I, as president, control time. So not only have I reclassified it, I went back in time, Doctor Strange style, and it was classified when Trump took it home with him, and then just see what happens.
Sure, why not?
Sometimes I wonder if eventually Democrats should get on a bit of the trolling train. Like, Pod Save America did this thing the other day, and I do like the guys at Pod Save America, but they have a bit of the Michelle Obama when they go low, we go high thing. And that really
That's
pisses
where
me-
I'm at right now. And I think you
No,
and
it's
IRI. I was listening to
not.
IRI's stream, and I think you both disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think IRI. I think I was listening when you were
IRI,
listening to some of the
kindred spirits.
people were listening to the call-ins or whatever for the was it C-SPAN, and you were saying some shit like we should just fucking make up some fake shit. Fuck them if they're gonna do misinformation. Yeah, I understand the frustration.
Well, I
but
think
yeah.
look, misinformation is influencing a lot of people right now. I think we should get in the game until we figure out a way to stop it. I mean, otherwise, what are we doing? You know, it's causing a lot of problems. We might as well put out our misinformation and win.
We should just,
policy.
I think we should only do the misinformation that they do. So for instance, and I encourage all Republicans to believe this, mail-in ballots are indeed rigged. Don't waste your time voting. Okay? That's the one piece, because Republicans accept it, so that's okay if that's true. Don't waste your vote on mail-in ballots because it's probably rigged, okay?
Real talk, I'm sorry, and maybe one or both of you disagree and can persuade me otherwise, but if Democrats or Democratic governors, or even President Biden made the decision, let's say this election goes worst case scenario, right, and there really is a red wave. If Biden were to like call on like one series, one audit and forensic audit and recount after another just to drive the point home, like, hey, look, if we're gonna erode norms, the only way norms work is if it's reciprocal, and we can't have a thing where you do whatever the hell you want and then I'm left, you know, holding the bag here and just like constantly drawing it out. I wonder. I mean,
I think
probably
that
wouldn't be
I
doing
understand
that,
what
but
your
it would feel-
feeling is, and I feel it too. I have the feeling, but I think what we have to keep in mind is that there are people, there are people that are noticing in the middle that don't speak as loudly. Like there are people that got turned off by that January 6th shit. There are people that got turned off, that get turned off by Trump's perpetual fucking whining. There are people that are noticing these things and are turning their back on their voice. We have to be aware of that. Those people are out there. And so we have to be careful when we speak that we're keeping them in mind, yeah. Even though it's hard to see because the delusional magatards are the ones that are the loudest, that are screeching constantly about things. Like they are out there and we have to be mindful of that, yeah.
Real quick, somebody in your chat, Bree, aka Sanithi, says, I am the way, the truth, and the light, based thou saith Moses. That's awesome. That's great.
That would be, yeah.
That-
The
that would
gamer
be
Bible, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, no, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I kid about doing the misinformation stuff, but I think we just have to listen to their grievances and kind of make them feel better. Like, we're getting ahead of some of the election fraud complaints that are already happening today before the polls are even closed. And so,
Trump
there's ways we can get ahead of this stuff.
Yeah, Trump is already on that Truth Social shit talking about how the election is already rigged. Same thing is happening with voter fraud. It's happened in 2020. The absentee ballot situation in Detroit is really bad. People are showing up to vote only to be told, sorry, you've already voted. Another big voter tabulation problem. Like, he's already, like, on the fake election shit. Like, it's like, is this the norm now? Every single time? Like, I'm trying to remember. Was it ever... Could you imagine... Hold on. Could you imagine if we could swap fucking Bush and Gore and put the same Republicans there now where a Supreme Court is deciding the outcome of the election? How crazy Republicans, the MAGA Republicans today, would lose their fucking minds? It would be
They'd
like
want a court pack.
it would be a
Then
civil
they'd
war.
be really big on court pack.
It would be unironically, I think it would be a civil war if that same thing happened. I think it would be a civil war. It's just like unreal. Fuck, I hate them. I actually hate them so much. I really do. More than the trans people on Twitter, more than the fucking black women that are crazy on my stream, more than any of these other motherfuckers. It's like these actual Republican voters that are voting for the dissolution of our country. Like, actually send me for a fucking loop. Holy shit. It's unbelievable,
Wait,
dude.
why do you hate them? I look at them as victims. I know it's not popular to say, but I feel like they're brain wormed out. It's like if I watch Fox News and Newsmax all day, I'd be thinking those things.
No, they are victims, but like I mean, they're victims that are like perpetuating the active fucking destruction of the country. Like it's just.
I think it's perfectly legitimate to hate Republican leaders, people who should
The
know
leaders.
better.
The leaders, yeah. We shouldn't hate the voters, yeah, but
so many of my family members and friends are Republicans, and I agree. Like they're victims of the cult, and even in terms of policies, this is, you know, falls on deaf ears. But what I try to make a case to my conservative friends, Cam, it's like real talk. What are the benefits you've ever experienced from a Republican presidency? Because of course, the irony, like you take, Trump's greatest legislative accomplishments was the 2017 tax cuts, right? Most of the people that I know personally who love Trump and love the GOP didn't feel the benefits of that, right?
yeah, these
Like,
motherfuckers don't even. A lot of these guys don't even fucking pay federal taxes. Like you're helping me. Like I'm saving more money than like 100 average Republican taxpayers are actually like paying into the fucking system. Which I mean, like that's who you're helping. It's the billionaires and the millionaires, like that same class.
That's
of people
how
you
you
fucking
know
hate,
it's
you know.
propaganda, because like I already said, I mean, they're victims. They have been programmed into being like eager cannon fodder for people who don't give a shit about them, will never pass legislation that benefits. I mean, my God, look at the PACT Act, right? So like I know we're all over the place, but that's a demographic or a constituency that Republicans constantly, you know, harp on, and that they say, you know, we're the party, we're the pro-military party, we're the party of the veterans, and they held up a bipartisan, previously many times over bipartisan piece of legislation that would increase health care for Republicans. As a matter of fact, I don't think it'd be an exaggeration to say that the delays that they caused have probably or will probably contribute to the deaths of veterans because of the additional time it took to implement the process. Same thing about the 9/11 first responders bill. You remember that IRA from like 4 years ago?
That all the Republicans were.
Yeah, half of them didn't show up, and that was the first, you know, mega viral Jon Stewart
thing,
speech
yeah.
in front of Congress, and so this is not a both sides issue, and this is where I get mad at Democrats, because I feel like we just cough up the ball in terms of the narrative. Democrats are the party of economic prosperity and fiscal responsibility relative to Republicans, but we just cede the ground that they're the party of fiscal responsibility. Democrats are the party of veteran health care and taking care of veterans and soldiers, certainly more than Republicans, but we don't do a good job of like even attempting to take back that narrative until the election's out, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then every single fucking time we get into fucking office, it's like on the fucking coattails of another worldwide destructive epidemic of financial like ruin. Like holy shit, Obama coming in after the 2007 housing crisis, fucking Biden coming in after the horrible fucking botched COVID shit. Like Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, this reminded me. I actually wanted to bring something up to you real quickly about that libertarian tard that you debated at the Change My Mind.
Oh, the guy that said the world would be
better.
better. Oh, the kid. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the vice presidential candidate that said the whole world should have nuclear arms and that would make us a better place. My bad. Go ahead.
No, the college kid who debated you, and he tried to get you with why did the Democrats not vote on this amendment for the IRS agents? Do you remember that talking point?
Yeah.
He was like, what?
To
he
keep
said
them from
Mike
like auditing people
Crapo.
less than $40,000 or some shit,
Yes.
or whatever. Yeah.
He called him Senator Mike. He said Mike Crapo. It's actually Crapo,
Okay.
senator from Idaho. But the amendment text said that the IRS agents wouldn't be able to go after people that have taxable income less than $400,000. That's the loophole. Billionaires don't have taxable income. They borrow money and they don't pay any taxes on that. So that's why
Oh
the
wait, can you
Democrats
actually
vote
link
on
me
it.
and prove that?
I
If that's
will.
actually
I'll
the
send you
case,
the-
that's a
the
big
info.
thing. No, by the way, nobody knows how taxes work when they debate this shit too, and I do. So that's a huge talking point if that's actually true. Yeah, because like I don't know if Elon Musk makes $400,000 a year in like W-2 income. Like, does he?
I don't think so.
Like
None
what?
of
Like
these big
what?
guys
Like where is this
have
guy's?
no income.
Yeah, where is this guy's income? Except for if he's invested in certain stocks, maybe dividends, but that's not going to be. Yeah, it's going to depend on like what his investment is like there. But like yeah, in terms of like actual like taxable income, it's going to depend on the.
It's super simple. I'll send you the information. But I wanted to bring that up. I just had to tell you that. 'Cause that kid was so confident that he got you. I thought you handled that really well. You're like, look, I didn't see the text.
sidebar, you know, I know that advertisers are threatening to withdraw from Twitter, and it costs however much money. Apparently, and correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it like it was like a really bad investment or whatnot? Like it's not worth the amount of money he spent on it, right? There's a reason I'm bringing this up. Musk,
probably, but
I wonder, like, it was funny. I got thinking about this today, and it amused me. That $2 billion Powerball. I wonder if Musk was buying scratch-offs, trying to recoup some of the loss that he
I don't know
Yeah, I
why.
think he might have done us a favor. Taking down Twitter. That is just a hell.
That is true, and I am enjoying seeing all of the fucking progressive mauled like motherfuckers. It was actually really funny to me. I like watching it so. Because there are a lot of mad fucking progressives over that shit.
I thought I saw Tim Pool got pissed off at something Musk did. I think it was like where he said he was going to hesitate before bringing back banned accounts until like there was some sort of process or council set up.
Oh yeah,
And-
he's waiting on it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, like a lot of people in your chat were talking about like how we're bitching about Trump's like personality defects or whatnot, or the double standards, optics, things like that, and it's, you know, we have no complaints about policy. And
Well, there are...
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I found that ironic because I bet the three of us know infinitely more about Trump's policy than most Trump supporters.
Yeah, that's not even
including the people you're gonna talk to.
That's not even a brag though, because Trump didn't have very many policies. He was horrible when it came to passing legislation. Most of the shit he did was via executive order. Like it's not like there's a lot of Trump policy to speak highly of. And the decorum of the president is fairly important.
To Greenland.
Yeah, like this is like literally our lead cheerleader, like our head of state. Like of course how they actually
Leader of
conduct
the world.
themselves is going to be fucking important.
What about again something else to bring up?
Jesus, bro, what the fuck comp is this?
In addition to the wall,
He has
you know,
how many?
points was that
And he and celestial blessing, bro. What is this game?
Biden, it wasn't a wall, but Biden
Oh my
was able to
god!
get a,
What the
was it,
fuck?
a $1 to
This guy
$4
has some
billion commitment from
insane ass
the
shit.
Mexican government for border security. That's another thing.
I don't even know
Biden
how I
does
play against that,
unless
to be
it's
honest.
fewer than 2 years in front of it.
Ooh, this is another thing they'll bring up is the southern border is wide open right now. Just the gates left open, nobody there, anybody can come in. That is a nice talking point they got too. What do you usually say in regards to that?
How
I
do
don't
I-
know the status of the border right now. I do know that one number that I was
I
told
do
was a lie.
need-
I thought I had an inkling it was.
My
and then I
last
later
Rage
found out it wasn't.
Blade.
There are like
Shiv.
2.3 million immigrants coming in.
Who would I give up for Shiv? Obviously not Rel. Maybe Nunu. Nunu. Yeah. maybe.
Do you think they're going to throw like an even ridiculous? It's actually 40 trillion contacts.
It's terrorists carrying bags of fentanyl. I mean, it's just everything you can think of. But the truth of the matter is Biden has continued a lot of Trump policies, like Title 42, which the CDC came up with to turn everybody away to a public health emergency, and he's actually increased it to include Venezuelans now, which were the #2 group of people that were coming over the border. So he's it's not exactly wide open. And we have 10 million job openings
Nice.
in this country. Republicans were serious about
Nice. That's what I
southern border.
want.
They would help us reconfigure immigration to make it a little easier to get in here, so we can put some of these people to work, and that would help bring down inflation.
I
too,
will
because
probably
wages go up,
take
we don't
out
have a lot of
him.
job openings, and we only have 3.7% unemployment right now, so it's like
Nunu, yeah, Nunu's gotta go.
This is,
This is
I
not
asked
bad.
Hannah Boyd
Not a
about
bad
this,
comp.
and maybe you both know better than I do, but one of the things that I'm getting a lot from conservatives on TikTok when I do TikTok lives and when I fire back, they're like, okay, stop adhering to the unemployment rate. You need to look at labor participation rate, which is down.
Boring.
Yeah, well, I know relatively little about that. So what the hell is that? Like, what are they talking about?
Okay, there are different unemployment numbers that economists use to try to track unemployment in different economies. Oftentimes, what we use is called the U3 unemployment rate. The U3 unemployment rate is going to include certain sectors of society. It's going to disinclude, or not include people like discouraged workers that aren't looking for work anymore. There are different economic values, or there are different economic reasons why we use different types of unemployment. I believe labor force participation rate lines up with the U6, but the problem with using like labor force participation rate is that's going to vary widely based on the age of your society. So for instance, labor force participation rate includes people all up until the age of death. So as boomers retire out, that labor force participation rate is of course going to go down because you've got like retired people. Right? The only way to bring up that labor force participation rate is to get to 70, 80, 90 years old to keep working
Wasn't there also a case of like during COVID? Thought I heard this about like a lot of people opting into early retirement. Like, would that affect?
It
the
might
labor
have been the case
participation rate?
because we've been waiting for boomers to fucking retire forever, and they never seem to want to. But it might be the case now that that has actually encouraged some of them to completely move out of the job market. Yeah, that was like the bump they needed.
Well, Republicans are talking about raising the age of Social Security to 70, so maybe that's part of the plan there.
What about the sunset like involved with that IRI? Didn't they? I there again, I'm kind of losing track of the information because I thought initially it was like every 4 or 10 years they wanted these entitlement programs to sunset, and then I thought I also heard it's actually supposed to be every year. That some Republicans are proposing that it basically has to be re-upped every year. Am I making that part up or?
No. The Republicans released like a plan for America through the Senate. Rick Scott, Destiny senator down there in Florida, and it was that they're going to revisit all programs every 5 years. And they claim we don't want to get rid of them. We just want to make sure that the people want them. But that's a way for them to reduce them. Imagine if they put out the narrative that these programs suck, and they'll get a way to convince their voters to vote against their own interests.
No way, bro.
I disagree. I think it's actually a little bit more insidious than that. The
Fuck.
reason why they
This
don't
guy
wanna
is
do it
actually
because they
so
wanna
difficult for me to
political
beat. But
justice
somebody's beating him.
when it comes up
He's
for
8 HP.
renewal.
Somebody's beating him. Just
Now
not me.
then- Yeah, so basically what happens is in 4 years, if these programs are up for renewal, oh, you want to bring that back? Well, what are you going to give us for it, right? And now it's like, well, fuck, Jesus, like, yeah, and that's how it's always framed. Are those things with sunsets? I think they're made because they give you more political wiggle room in the future, so that if people want to maintain them, you're going to have to get concessions out of people for them, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I think it would be political suicide to get rid of Social Security or try to go after Medicare. But yeah, you're right. They would use it as a negotiating chip. They're going to do that with raising the debt
Dude,
ceiling.
back to back? Really?
Something here for the end of the year.
Really?
May include rolling back some of the stuff from the Inflation Reduction Act. There's a couple of battles that are going to come up here.
This guy's actually just unkillable. It's fucking
See, even
Silas.
that right there. So again, I'm just having flashbacks to this time last year, and the reluctance to raise the debt ceiling. Even McConnell, who I'll give him a bit of credit that he has complied.
13,000 damage.
Certainly
Wild.
more than he did President Obama. But the fact that he was going to try to make Democrats try to single-handedly raise the debt ceiling instead of providing the votes. That is huge, right? Because we could have defaulted like that with.
That's
never
wild,
happened before in the
dude.
history of the United States.
That
where-
is, we can't default on our debt. It would be, it's unfathomable that would ever happen. And if it did,
and the
holy
fact
shit.
that they even threatened
So you
that
just
is
went
to me,
astral?
like,
That's all you
like
did?
that's the thing about this